Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Terminus podcast for the weeks of July 22nd, 2017. It's episode 81. And I am your host, Ellis, otherwise known as Train Man. With me, my engineers are Jader, Milky, and once again Kevon, who has assumed a different role. He's not chocolate milk
walking
anymore.
milk.
Oh.
Who's Kevon? I'm white.
He's chocolate bowballs.
Rocky.
and our guest returning from
Chocolate
2
oysters.
podcasts ago is Eric, or Lunar Guard. I have him as 2 different names on different slides. Whoops.
Konnichiwa, the Japanese man returns.
Oh.
Yeah. Don't
But
be
before
deceived.
we get very honorable,
Before we go on a kamikaze mission.
Or, I'm not even going to say, the train will terminate at this station.
Hi guys. Seems like we're on Sunset Gulch today.
Great. Good job. Proud of you.
Good enough.
Good description.
Okay, while we recover from that, I need to bring
He's trying
some
far.
heavy news to you people. Something groundbreaking in the realms of this podcast, as a matter of fact, and the Class 1 mantle of responsibility. But, actually, yeah, no, this is where we start. Well, let's handle this one first. So, Canadian Pacific crashed. They derailed a train in Alberta. Let me get the details here real quick. 6 cars off. And normally 6 cars off would not be that bad. And it probably wouldn't even be something where we'd talk about it here. But one of the cars, or some of the cars, were hauling molten sulfur. And they caught things on fire.
That's bad.
That's a major oopsie.
But that was taken care of and cleaned up, and everything's A-okay now, probably. Considering that was a couple weeks ago. So that was Canadian Pacific's oopsie. And then we get to the game changer. On July 7th, a KCS train crashed into a Union Pacific train, was it? It was, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a Union Pacific train, and mashed a couple cars into an overpass, destroyed part of the bridge. 3 Kansas City Southern Rail cars derailed, which, like I said, would not be much, would not be enough to bring it here. In total, about 10 to 12 cars were derailed, but it was a question of whose fault it was, and it was KCS's fault. So
KCS, you're relevant in the wrong ways.
This is on them.
I just realized that happened on supposedly the luckiest day ever.
7/7/17, yeah. Well, it was unlucky for them because they lost the mantle. We'll get to whose it is in a second. Following that up, on July 12th, Union Pacific had an oops. And the details of this one... Oh, this is a mobile formatted page. This is not good. With an autoplay video. F you. Road crews are working tonight to clean up wreckage of the train that derailed in Wagner County. They really smashed up about 27 coal cars. Like, just in a mangled pile. So, good job. Good job, UP. No word on what caused it, but probably UP being UP.
Hey!
crushing trains. So.
Yeah, crushing
He's the
trains
new
is always-
CSX.
and then
I don't like where that's going.
And then BNSF, the following day, terrain derailment in El Segundo.
Damn it,
forces
BN.
a road closure for whatever reason. Let me see if there's a picture of what happened. I think it's just another video. I don't need a video right now. The reason this one was important is because it was 4 tank cars. I don't know what was in them, but that's never good.
4 tank
Bad
bomb
When they
trains.
derail tank cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's in a very inopportune place, and they shut down like the whole area surrounding it, and they just sort of tipped them off the tracks. Good job, BNSF. Number 5, KCS again. KCS a second time. So, they managed to, like UP, completely pile up a bunch of coal cars. And, it was about 30 cars, and people nearby are on a boil advisory because of the massive coal spill, which means boil water before you drink it if you're drinking tap water. And as well, they managed to knock over a fire hydrant while they were at it and get water everywhere. So, good job. And also, quote from the article, "The derailment does not come as a complete surprise, at least to some Vivian residents. They say that's largely because of the speeds at which they've been seeing trains coming through town over the years. Quote, we've been waiting for this to happen," said resident James Mulligan, who said speed is a big problem. They're supposed to go about 40 or 45, and they said they've been pacing them at 50 or 60, 55 or 60.
Ooh.
So, good job.
PTC.
But yeah,
Help
KCS is just like... KCS at this point probably thought they were invincible. They thought, oh, no, you know, nothing can get to us. We don't derail. We have the
We're the
mantle.
best.
We don't exist. We have the mantle.
We are number one.
But they aren't, and neither is Union Pacific with a second derailment. A 21-car coal train derailment. And near San Antonio. So, yeah, nothing real special, but 21 cars and a locomotive is enough to earn them, you know, a quote-unquote point here. And as well, they hit a water line as well. So, good job.
That's bad.
Good job on everyone that managed to not get the mantle this week. The mantle is now going to Norfolk Southern, whose last major accident, noteworthy accident, was on June 12th.
Yay.
That's
Yay!
them. The
It's
mantle,
not gonna last for long.
the mantle has moved. Let's see how long it takes before it goes back to KCS. Also, as
Next
a note,
week.
that was the first Canadian Pacific one that we've reported on, period, overall. So, that's another groundbreaking thing. But now Norfolk Southern doesn't exist for a little while. Thankfully, I got to see them when they did exist. You know what I got to saw? That's how English works. You know what I got to see, guys?
What?
What?
I got to see a Sonic bonnet.
Nice.
Yay.
It was, so we went over to Horseshoe Curve as part of the Pennsylvania Special, which I talked about, and once I get more people from the Pennsylvania Special on, we'll do a whole debrief thing. Not tonight.
Yeah.
But one of the things was, so some of you viewers of the podcast, or even people on the podcast, might watch the virtual railfan cameras, for example, the one at Horseshoe Curve.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
So, we get to Horseshoe Curve, and the previous night, apparently, there had been someone that had gone up and was trying to vandalize the camera, shaking the pole it was on, throwing rocks at it, etc. We get up there, we don't know this, of course. We're telling the guys in the group, like Achilles, to watch the camera. We're standing there. I have the scarf that Shelby made me, the voice of Sam from the Unhorseman Chronicles, made me, that says IHC on it, and I'm showing the camera that. And we're like, hey, the camera's zooming in and out at us a lot. So, idiot Chris, when we were up there, he goes, I want to see if you can see this on the camera. And he goes over and he shakes the pole that the camera's on. And so immediately, the people in the chat thought we were the people that were throwing rocks at it the previous day. And
It was funny to watch.
And allegedly
from the chat.
called the police on us. So, we had a conversation with the attendant down there, who's like, who just sort of explained the situation to us, and seemed to be pretty ambivalent, like he didn't really have a stake in it either way. But he was very helpful. And immediately Chris panics and goes and hides in the bushes. Meanwhile, the Sonic bonnet goes by. And I take a picture of it, and Weibel takes a picture of it. We're like, oh, yeah, Heritage Unit, or whatever. A little bit of foam. And then we go, okay, we've given the police a half an hour. They haven't showed up. We're going to go to the Galitzin tunnels by. And so we get down there, and we get in the car, and we go through, like, the underside of Horseshoe Curve, because there's a little tunnel you go through out towards Gallitzin. And in the meantime, we're talking about stuff, and we mention the Sonic bonnet. And Chris goes, there was no Sonic bonnet. We're like, yeah, there was. You were hiding in the bushes. And he goes, the one time I run away and go hide, it's the one opportunity that I had to get the Heritage Unit.
Typical rail planning.
And we're like, well, you should have been such a pussy.
Takes one to know one.
He walked down over 200 stairs to go hide in the bushes. Because from the like observation point at Horseshoe Curve down to where you park is this huge staircase. You can take the funicular, but it only runs once every half an hour. So he just went and hide, and we're like, Chris, don't do that. And he just left anyways.
Wait,
But
couldn't he just hide, like, behind the camera?
I don't
It's
know
a
what he
360
was trying to do. I don't.
He's,
Logic doesn't come into it here. We didn't
Yeah,
do
he's
anything.
not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
If the police
Say
had
the
showed
least.
up, we would have been like, yeah, no, we weren't the people.
He's down there.
No,
Rat him out.
we would have been like, we weren't the people throwing rocks at the camera yesterday, because they would have been there and seen that nothing had happened to the camera, and a bunch of people just standing around had been like, you guys did anything? No? Okay, bye. What are they gonna do? Arrest us for standing there?
Yes.
Yes. There are very strict loitering laws at Horseshoe Curve, I hear.
Totally.
But the Pennsylvania
The
special was
strictest.
awesome, and we met some cool people. And, you know, among these people was Einz and Jimmy and Sam that I had never, I'd never met them before. Most of us had never met them before. Well, none of us had met them before, as a matter of fact. And we have a nice picture of us. Hold on, let me pull it up. Real quick. Where did I put it? Where is it? I don't know where it is. There it is. It's in here. So let me actually save it and then post it so that everyone can see it. Because this was just the thing with all of us. It was on the back platform of the train at Strasbourg. And Chris gave it a little bit of a touch-up. And apparently it ended up with the TD&W logo on it for some reason. Also,
Of course.
freaking Einz made like 20 TD&W magnets,
Yeah.
and someone stuck one to my car, and it was there for a couple of days before I noticed it. And by then it had been rained on, and like the only thing you could read was just the "and" symbol.
Oh.
And I was like, alright, well, I'm keeping this in the car now. So I have so many souvenirs from the trip. We went to an arcade on the last day, and we got 3 of these
Nice.
foam, like, Minecraft-looking swords, and proceeded to beat the crap out of each other in the car with them. One of them stays in the car. We got a suction cup ball that's been stuck to my windshield for a week now. We were just waiting for it to come down, and it didn't happen. So here's the picture of all of us folks. I'm there. And
All of
there's
yous
Madison,
guys.
There's, Jimmy,
TJ
Sam,
seems to be the happiest.
Einz, TJ,
Yeah.
Leibold, and
I didn't
Chris.
even know that was TJ. I was confused on who the hell that was.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of people. What's funny is we were
TJ
doing
Gunn
some
incognito.
fun stuff. We were like doing random voice acting bits like improv, and we realized we had the whole branch line crew there, and that's when it got
Yep.
fun. But yeah, no, we did plenty of goofing around, and I'll cover that in much more detail in the future, on a future episode when you don't have all sorts of news piled up. So let's get through this.
Yeah.
Also, Jader, you did a thing, which was really funny to hear about.
Oh. I'll get to that.
So no,
Right.
no, because this connects so well, because I'm sitting in the hotel room, and like Madison and Leibold and I are hanging out because we had a room, and then Chris and TJ had the other room, and Leibold goes, Jader's complaining that there aren't any girls at train camp. What did he expect? And I go, right.
Oh, okay. See? There were girls.
Yeah.
What?
There weren't enough.
They were either, like, middle schoolers or college girls.
I like college girls.
So do I.
I mean, going to an engineering school, you learn this. There's two rules about relationships in an engineering school, and it's one goes one way, one goes the other way. If you're a guy, it's girls are like parking spots. They're either taken, handicapped, or way out there.
Wow.
That's girls in engineering school.
You're not wrong though. I agree with you.
In the other direction, if you're a girl trying to get a guy in an engineering school, the odds are good, but the goods are odd.
Oh no.
But I mean, I assume you can apply that to rail camp as well.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there were 2 girls in my group.
what else did you do? Oh, there was only one girl in my group for my trip.
Oh, okay.
Good thing I was already dating her.
Well, I mean, what?
I said there's only one girl in my group for the trip. It was Madison.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. What do I even? Right. It was unfreaking forgettable. Totally worth it. If anybody watching this gets a chance to attend one of the summer youth program things at Michigan Tech, do it.
Oh,
It's
okay.
totally worth it.
Wait, did you say unforgettable or forgettable?
Unfriggin' forgettable.
Okay, well, let me make sure I heard that properly.
Wait, what'd you think I said?
I thought you just said forgettable. I'm like, well, you sound so excited about something that was so forgettable.
It was only
Right, yeah.
forgettable because I was that drunk.
I mean,
I
was.
no.
I mean, I have some stories. for
Oh,
when
no.
we're done. Yeah, laughing gas in a hospital. That's fun.
Okay, that's
Oh,
right.
Not
all
laughing
right.
gas. Amnesia or whatever it's called.
Oh.
Yeah, laughing gas.
Anesthesia.
Oh, anesthesia. Okay.
Right. Right. Yeah. Great info on the railroad and just transportation industry in general because we did a lot of railroad stuff, but we toured a trucking company as well in Superior.
Huh.
Truckers and fuckers.
Ship by rail.
No, it was a really cool company. Like I've never been to a trucking company, and that was a cool place.
Hmm.
I'll pull up their website for later. It's Halvor Lines. They're based out of Superior.
Oh, okay. I think I've heard the name before.
Yeah, they run a lot of 90% of their fleet is Volvo trucks.
Good.
All right.
And they're all new ones too. Our tour guide was saying that they strive to have the best fleet possible, so they get all new trucks every 2 or 3 years.
Wow,
Mm-hmm.
That's expensive.
Yeah,
that does sound expensive, actually.
yeah, it does.
On our trip up north, TJ was pointing out, oh, look, that truck's a Volvo. And I was like, yeah, they make tons of trucks. They make a lot of trucks.
Yeah, you would have been jizzing your pants at this place.
Oh, no,
They make
I did that over the weekend.
Giant
I did
parking
that
lot
over the
full
weekend.
of Volvo semis.
I did that over the weekend plenty, because there was a Volvo 240 in a rally, and it was
Oh
awesome.
man.
It was awesome. It didn't make it out,
Oh.
sad to say.
Oh wait, the guy crashed.
Yeah, it was on the side of the road when we were heading back.
Oh. That's too bad.
Yeah, well, a lot of cars didn't make it back. A BMW made it back without a hood. It started the day
hoods
with
are
a hood.
boring. You don't need those.
That's not important.
Alright,
Hoods are
anyways,
for fuckers.
continue.
Right, so great info. Got to talk with people, one-on-one on working in the rail industry, and then going to, if I were to go to Michigan Tech for their rail program.
They have a rail.
Well, yeah, you would major in say civil engineering or something, and then minor in rail.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean Penn State has a major, but I was talking to a guy and he said it's a really, really specific major.
Huh.
Yeah,
sounds fun.
I mean, I would figure it would be.
yeah.
I'll turn.
Yeah, we got to tour the Lake Superior and Ishpeming shop and one of their mine. I don't have any pictures of it because they wouldn't let us take
Mine.
pictures.
Aw.
Fine.
I went in 2
I don't know why.
mines.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we didn't actually go in the mine. We just kind of stood out in the parking lot and
Aw.
looked at stuff. Yeah,
Aw.
it was cool though. I learned what iron ore when they said iron ore pellets, I didn't realize that they were they ship iron ore in the form of little pellets, like marble-sized pellets.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that until we went there. And I see all these little things on the ground. I'm like, oh, these are iron ore pellets. I thought they were like the size of little, like, little bits of gravel or something. Nope. They're literally pellets.
I didn't realize that either.
No. We went to a railroad crossing to like help an intern from the Wisconsin DOT do like some surveying.
Okay, cool.
And in between the rails of the track, they run a lot of taconite trains through there.
Mm-hmm.
And in between the rails, there were just shitloads of taconite pellets.
Yeesh.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Not fun to walk on those. Very slippery.
Slippery here. Watch
This
this
is pretty
stuff.
much WoW.
Yep. I'll post a couple pictures of it. We got to tour the BNSF yard in Superior and their car shop. Let's see. There's the car shop.
Let me see this. Hold on. I'm doing stuff with the cargoes right now, just from all the stuff from whatchamacallit.
All right.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let me look. Oh. Ooh. Damn, that's a lot of pipe.
Yep, they had 3 of those in there being worked, or at least 3 that we could see being worked on.
Nice. Nice.
Here's a Jeep that we posed for a picture in front of. We got a big thank you BNSF banner.
You should have told them to send you down here.
Oh,
No, go the cats.
I mean, the rail program is like the only summer youth program that they have at Michigan Tech that goes on like a major trip. All the other ones stay around Michigan Tech
The 2 youths.
because there's no trains in home.
Well, yeah. This would be a great segue to the more trains in Columbus thing, but that's the wrong section.
I
Yes,
was
it
gonna
is.
say.
There's a few great segues in here, but wrong section.
Yeah. I got,
What's a shame?
You were talking about them spilling the taconite pellets everywhere.
Yeah,
And-
I don't get how they I understand how they spill them, but you think they wouldn't do anything to like control it? I mean, there was a lot.
What are you gonna do?
I mean,
Suck
maybe
them
like
up?
I don't know, like
Suck
maybe
'em
make
up,
the
throw
cars
'em in the wood.
taller on the side so the pellets don't spill out. I don't know.
We'll see. Yeah, but if you made the cars taller, then you just put more in them because the cars are taller.
I don't know.
That's how That's how you
Yeah.
got to think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm not a logistic man.
But speaking of things that aren't tall, right, and things that were spilling everywhere,
Yeah.
I watched from the front platform of a Sandy River and Rangeley Lakes long caboose as a fireman accidentally dumped a bunch of coal out of the like tender area, I guess you can call it, of a 40
Whoop.
of a Monson
Jeez.
Railroad 2-foot gauge 40. Yeah, that was. I was like staring at them like, because we're getting ready. So, TJ and I, we went up for this rally, which it was before anybody asks, it was a rally for Jeb Bush. Just kidding. It was a race.
Oh
A
boy.
rally race. I was saying, what's the most obscure politician I can, like, in this day and age, that people will know the name of, that when they can be like, oh, what was the rally for? I can just give them a dumb answer. It was for racing cars in the woods. That's what it was actually for. It was the New England Forest Rally. And A, that was really cool. B, we spent the entire next day going to 2-foot gauge railroads in Maine.
Oh yeah, because there's the main narrow gauge museum, and then there's like 2 others.
Yeah, there's the main narrow gauge museum, which we didn't get to. They weren't running steam anyways. Their steam engine was at the Sandy River and Rangeley Lakes Museum, which wins my award for Railroad Museum in Need of the Most Love. Because they have a half mile of track, and they are stuck between a 200-foot river crossing, which they'd have to get across, and 700 feet of land they don't own, which separates them from another mile of land that they do own. Also, if they get across the river, which if they wanted to do historically, it would be a 200-foot-long, single-span covered bridge.
Hmm.
And that would make them,
That'd be-
first of all, that would make them an instant, hit even more than they are. But that would be about $1 million, they said, was the quote, to get into town and to the old depot, which is still there, and the owners of the depot said to them, if you get your tracks to the depot, you can have it. It's yours for free. So,
You want it? It's yours, my friend.
yeah, but that's the thing. It's if they go a little distance in either direction, they can get to, something much bigger, but they're stuck where they are. They're not going to have the money to get any, great distance anytime soon. And the museum has a total of 5 volunteers.
Oh.
Jeez.
None of which
Oof.
are younger than 60. These are all old timers. And they need the love.
Yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, they were there with all 5 people there when we were up there, and there was 1 person doing the ticket counter, 2 in the engine, and then 2 conductors. And that was everyone. Everyone was, working. But
Jeez.
then we went down to the WWF, which is totally the other side of it, which they have... Okay, so just as an aside, to fill you in on some backstory, the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington originally had 58 miles of track at its greatest extents. Due to a loophole in Maine law, when they shut down in 1933, they did not have to abandon any of it. So the rail was torn up for scrap, and the entire railroad was gone. But the owner of the railroad kept the right-of-way, selling only minor parcels. They have 44 miles of right-of-way out of the original 58. And currently they have 2.5 miles of track laid. They're working on laying more currently. TJ and I are probably going to go up for the next weekend because we asked them how you get involved with that, and they said you just show up. And then
That's how it is with any museum, really.
well, yeah, but generally it's
Pretty much like you show up, you fill out a couple forms saying, you fill out a couple forms and you're good.
Yeah, we were like, do we have to lay that? Nope, you just show up. It's like, okay. And they were like, we can lay about 1,600 or 1,200 feet of track in a good work weekend. And we were like, whoa. But
Jeez, how many do they have on their track crew?
they have the museum. I don't know how many attend per thing, but the museum has 1,000 volunteers on record.
Wow.
From around the world.
Oh,
Jeez.
They currently have both of these museums. Well, the Sandy River and Ranger Lakes only has it because it's being borrowed, but the Wiscasset, Waterville, and Farmington has number 9, which is the only surviving locomotive from the Sandy River and Ranger Lakes Railroad. And they have number 10, which was one from a different railroad, which had gone to Edaville and came back and is being worked on. And then they're building number 11 currently. They're in the middle of rebuilding a locomotive and at the same time constructing a second one from scratch. Meanwhile, they're building track like mad, man. They are installing an automatic vacuum brake system on their cars, which will be the first and only of its kind in the world. Because the patents were filed, but then air brakes got big and vacuum brakes fell out of favor. Also, the guy who patented them had his factory taken over by a literal hostile takeover while he was away in Europe. He came back and was shot by the foreman because they thought it was somebody trying to break in. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's how the vacuum brakes thing, that's how, that came to an end. But they're adapting these patents for their own use. They are going to be building a working steam-powered shingle mill and sawmill as well at one end of their line. They're huge, for what they are. They've got and it's a crazy, amazing little line, and as well, all of the stops there are only 2 other stops currently on this 2.5 mile line, but you could walk over to the middle stop, wait for a train to come, flag it down, get on and ride.
That's cool.
It's amazing, and it's also ridiculous, and I love that place. but they're not the place that needs the love. But these engines are adorable. TJ couldn't stand up in the coaches, because he's tall and the coaches are short. And the cupolas were short enough that Weibold could probably stand in there and look out the windows on the caboose.
Wow.
On the caboose cupola. It was silly. These things are tiny and adorable. But that was my thing. And after getting covered by a fine layer of dust at the rally every time a car went by, I was standing next to the locomotive and she sneezed on me. And I got covered in black polka dots. Yeah, that was fun. My brochure.
That sounds fun.
My brochure has them all over it.
Were you out there while it was raining?
No, actually.
No,
So-
oh wait.
I'm showing to the
That'd be
audience
fun.
right now. I can't show you guys right now, but I'm showing to the audience. This is Monson number 3. This is at the main narrow gauge. And then this is WWNF number 9. What's funny is the place with the shorter route ran the longer train. They ran two caboose and open car in the middle, where the WWNF just ran 2 cars. One was an open car. I don't know. The other one was like he was like, this car is not prototype. It's got like a handicap door in it and stuff like that, and it's their test bed for their vacuum brake system. So, it's
So like an article or something about their vacuum brakes?
yeah.
I want to read about these.
Is that, I don't know. We were just talking to the guy who's like the, he's the apprentice of, the guy who
The master
originally invented them, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he knows the most about them. I don't know what information you could find on them. But the patents are filed somewhere. That's,
Oh, that's good.
Also, here's just a little Iron Horseman-esque aside. While I was at the Sandy River Range of Lakes, they had a bunch of stuff, quote-unquote, on display, just sort of sitting. And one of them was a boiler and firebox. And the sign next to it was boiler and firebox from either number 1 or number 2. They didn't know which one it was from, but there's a 50-50 chance that is Sandy's boiler. Which would have been like long gone. But there it is, they have it. They even have the tender tanks from a couple of other locomotives.
Alright.
Yeah. It was weird. Also, 2 weeks ago I had never spun a turntable. I have now spun both a 2-foot gauge and a 3-foot gauge turntable.
Nice.
We all went...
I spun a
Wait.
standard gauge turntable.
You ever try to throw a stub switch?
Yes! We
It's
did.
hell,
We did.
isn't it?
We did that.
Yeah, it's hell, isn't
We
it?
went to the EBT, and of course the yard is empty, nobody's there. So we spun the turntable and threw some switches.
Yep.
And that's when a train rolled in.
Yeah, right, on the EBT.
I mean, they have that... Don't they have, like,
They
a
have-
trolley museum, like, right next
They
door?
do,
that's
but
doing
it's
it fun?
standard gauge.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I keep seeing, like, pictures of the EBT, and then, the EBT yard's all rotted out, and then, like,
The
100
trolley
feet
museum's just
next
fine.
to it,
Yep.
yes, the trolley museum, they're doing just fine.
They are doing just fine. Anyways, there's hope for the EBT yet, based on what I saw. Anyways,
Well, that's good.
so what else, folks?
Well, speaking of little museums, we got to tour 2 museums. We went to the Lake Superior Raid Museum in Duluth. Best raid museum I've ever been to.
Really?
Totally worth it. Yes. They have so much stuff, and a lot of their, they have so much stuff on display. All of it's in really nice shape. And they run the North Shore Scenic Railroad with stuff from the museum.
Jader, what is that?
That's the
Oh my god,
it?
it's so cute.
I know. I think it's the first locomotive used by the Northern Pacific.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my
That-
god.
The
It's,
What, the
Minnetonka.
headlight is bigger than the boiler.
I know.
it's so cute.
Guys, what's more important, the boiler or the headlight? We only have enough money to make one of them big. The headlight!
We only have enough money to make one of them big.
Let's see.
Well, you can see where their money went back then.
Yeah.
Well, even look at the smokestack.
Check it out. It's big. Check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the 227, which I'm going to start building in Gmod,
Oh no.
and the Milwaukee box cab. They have the cab open on
You have one.
both of those. Yeah, they have the cab open on both of those. They had an old
Beautiful
Norm
stuff.
Pacific rotary from, I think, 1890 something.
Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
What else do I have? Oh, wait, here's the SD45 that I tried to buy a model similar to it in the gift shop, but I didn't have enough money.
Alright.
Alright.
Oh well.
What's this fake 4501 that Kavan just posted?
It's fake news.
It is fake news.
Well, real news, I am now a volunteer at the Museum of the American Railroad.
Woo!
One of
Nice.
us. One of us.
One of
So-
us.
I get to take people on tours, well, working on taking. I'm still learning about the collection. We have PA, the big boy, a big boy, I guess.
CF7.
We
I
have
saw one of
two
the other big
CF7s.
boys.
Wait, you have two big boys?
No, I saw a different big boy.
No, you saw the one that came down.
Yeah, I saw 4012.
Oh yeah.
Which its springs are bent the wrong way. It's been sitting still for so long.
Ooh.
Wywood looks at it.
sad.
Wywood looks at it and goes, "That's not supposed to be like that."
What do you mean it is supposed to be like that?
Totally.
Some
Oh, one thing-
modification.
In the collection, which 4501 has to be my favorite, which is the blue locomotive just because it's different.
Is blue.
I got to go in the cab, ring the bell. That was fun.
Here's a little trolley that they have in the museum on its own track,
Yeah, it's been
and they
flexible.
run it back and forth.
Back and forth, back.
How do they power it? Do they have an overhead or
Yeah.
is it
Overhead.
a generator?
Cheater
Oh,
tender. No.
Like
Do
I
y'all
think
wanna-
it's
Cheater tender.
it's overhead, but I don't know much about trolleys. And whenever they brought it in there, into the museum, it made like a Is that like the electric motor or?
Air compressor.
Oh, okay.
Is that a Santa Fe doodle bug?
What are you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
They have a Santa Fe
Cancer.
doodle bug at the museum, and guess what they use it for?
What?
Cancer.
They use it for switching all of the equipment because the locomotives that do run are in the middle of the big boy and all the other locomotives. So
Oh,
we have a
gotcha.
doodle bug
So
doing
move
all
the
the
big
switching.
boy.
The
Yes,
thing about
move the big boy.
Y'all-
Let's think
I was
about
gonna
know
say,
that.
you think they wouldn't use like a CF7 or something? They have two CF7s. Use those.
Well, they don't run. We're getting the blue one up and running soon, Tim. Very soon. So
Soon.
that'll be switcher. The F7 that we have, it runs. We're also supposedly getting a B unit for it in the future, which would be really awesome. But what was I gonna say? The doodle bug does all the switching work, and it's a doodle bug, so
You can't see.
it kind of can't do it, but it does it anyway.
I got to meet the
Yeah.
Penzi doodle bug while I was at the A&A. That thing's nice.
Oh, fun.
I mean, it's not really
Hello,
nice
A&A.
because you where you sit to drive it is literally next to the engine. It's less than
so
a foot.
it's not good on your ears.
It's less than a foot from you. I didn't get to see it run, but I got to like hang out around their shops and everything.
Oh, do you want to know?
What?
Oh, go ahead.
What?
Go.
Mine's not important.
Ah. Okay, well, I want to talk about this.
I'm still dumping.
We have mine's the latest.
Excuse you, Jader.
Jacob, get off of Skype while you're doing that.
So I found out a bunch of the locomotives in the a bunch of locomotives in the collection pulled dead presidents, which is pretty cool.
All right.
Like the
Okay.
Frisco unit, the GG1 and stuff. But
Double
the
decker.
blue unit in the back, the RSD-1, it actually served in World War II. It got shipped over, and it's a prototype unit for all the RSD-1s for the Army. Supposedly, there's 12 that sank in the ocean when a U-boat took out one of the ships. So, if you want to find an RSD-1, search
It's at
the bottom of the ocean.
Under the sea.
Under
Time
the
to go
sea.
swimming.
Yeah. Oh, Milky, I get
Speeder.
to see the, you post that, reminds me, I get to see the trolley museum at Steamtown as well. I was gonna ride them, but we
Oh.
didn't have the time.
Oh, shoot.
They've got a really nice, they've got a really nice setup. They actually have a tunnel. I didn't realize this, but they have a
They
tunnel.
have a tunnel.
Pennsylvania
What?
Trolley Museum.
It's called the Electric City Trolley Museum.
I'll have to look them up.
Yeah. I didn't get to go in again because we were busy, but
Trolley Museum.
Milky doesn't know all of the trolley museums in America, or what is this?
Well, I knew of the one at Steamtown. I just didn't know the name of it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. When we were on the North Shore Scenic, once the engine got on the other end of the train and we went back to Duluth, one of the cars had open Dutch doors, and I just stood in the Dutch stores for more than halfway back. Well, yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't get to ride trains too often.
Well, yeah, you don't have any.
I mean, we have the Hocking Valley, and that's about it. And, I mean, they have open air cars, but I mean, I don't know. This is better.
Speaking of riding trains, I might be riding a train a lot because I am working on getting hired at Grapevine.
Cool.
Yay. I had my interview on Monday. And I'm just waiting back for city government, which is going to take forever.
Yeah, it takes forever just waiting for railroad wage stuff in general, especially when it comes to jobs.
Wait, is this the 2-foot turntable?
Yeah,
I've been waiting
That's
past.
the turntable I spun.
Oh, okay.
This is the turntable TJ and I spun. It was much less weighty than the one at the EBT, that's for sure.
Well, that's
Wow.
good.
The one at the EBT, we started spinning it, and about halfway through we realized, oh, we've got to figure out how to get this thing to stop. And it almost dragged us, past where we wanted to get it to stop. It was like, it's heavy, it's heavy, it's heavy, oh my god.
Well, Ellis,
What?
now try to do that with a 120-foot turntable, 130-foot with the T1 on it.
Well, that's why you don't do that by hand.
That'd be smush.
Yeah.
But why not?
That'd be dead.
Yeah, no, I was just happy there wasn't anything on either. Well, on the WWF turntable, there were two people on a hand car. We were like, come over here, we'll spin you on the turntable if you unlock it. And the employee was like, sure. Came over and unlocked the turntable and then got back on the hand car. But
Oh,
yeah,
hey, it's Chris and Chris.
yeah, there's a picture of Chris and Chris with the IHR scarf that Shelby made me.
Oh,
Alright.
that's cool.
Shelby.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, we pulled in. Chris is right at the entrance to Steamtown, so we get there and it's like, oh, there he is.
Hey.
Yeah.
no goose chase for him.
Yeah. There was also Blount taking a very curious look at the scarf. Because the smoke box door was open.
Alright.
This feels familiar. Where do I recognize these initials
Yeah.
from?
Yeah. And some
Oh god.
Some alternate universe.
crazy lunatic gave Madison a shotgun.
Oh no! Who
Well-
did this?
Oh, we're dead.
We were on Steam Into History, and it was like a Wild West days, and so we got robbed, quote unquote. And one of the cowboys let Madison hold a shotgun.
That's bad.
That's a bad idea.
Oh.
Just look at the face of look at his face.
Yep.
He's like, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I
I
fucked
messed
up,
up.
y'all.
Yeah. Madison was like, look at me, and I was like, no.
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 Anyways. Yeah, we had a lot of
Were they
fun.
running the steamer?
Oh yeah, Steam Into History? Oh yeah. Hold on, actually. One last picture, but we can't linger in this section too long.
Oh, I posted the same picture twice.
Good
Fuck.
job.
Goddamn intrader.
This is their Steam engine, and oh my god, is it beautiful.
Didn't
Wait. Oh, I looked at the thing Jader sent. and I
Not
was
the
just
thing
like,
Jada sent.
Oh.
Not the thing
No,
Jada
the
sent.
guy said it's adorable.
This is
I love
their
it.
Steam engine next to Davenport.
Ah, York.
Yes, York.
Isn't
Oh, it's shiny.
York made by the same person who's making the Lion?
I don't know, but all
I know it's the
is-
same guy that made Leviathan.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, it's the same person that's making the
Okay,
Lion.
then yeah. They had a
Oh, he's
they had
making.
a thing.
Wait, he's
apparently.
making another thing.
Yeah, he's making V&T Lion.
Oh,
You guys didn't know about this?
No.
No.
oh! Breaking news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today I learned.
Yeah.
Today I learned that the railroad that TJ and I stayed next to when we were in Maine was originally 5'6" gauge.
Oh God. What railroad was it?
It's the it's part of Orange Plague now. It's the St. Lawrence and something.
St. Lawrence and Atlantic.
Yeah, St. Lawrence and Atlantic.
Yeah, we have a few diesels from them out here.
Yeah, they were originally 5'1.5" gauge for
Jeez.
some reason, and then when the Grand Trunk took over, they were like, "All right, we're fixing this.
We're standard. We're making
Yeah.
you standard.
We're standardizing this." Sort of.
But yeah. We on Friday, the last day of the camp, we took a sort of a day, or well, not really a day trip because it's like 10 minutes away, but we went to the Houghton County Historical Museum. Home of the they have a little loop of 3-foot track. Yeah, they run a little Plymouth thing and a couple of home-built passenger cars that we all got to drive the Plymouth.
Nice.
Okay, that's fun.
Yeah. Trying to drive that thing, you sit on the left-hand side, and you drive everything with your right arm, except I couldn't use my right arm.
Wait, why?
Have I not told you guys this?
What
You
happened?
told
to your
some
right
of us,
arm?
but
The
not
day-
everyone.
Well, okay. On Wednesday, on Wednesday, I was we were just having downtime, and I was playing dodgeball,
Right.
and I
Dodgeball.
threw a ball too hard,
That's what the kids are calling it these days.
and I threw a ball too hard, and as soon as I let go of it, my arm went, and I ended up dislocating my shoulder.
Oh,
Ooh.
great.
Yeah,
Well,
that was fun.
you're playing dodgeball. Jader, you've got to take it easy with the, you'll go blind.
Yeah.
Yeah, first time like breaking anything,
I mean, that doesn't count as
and
breaking
first time,
anything.
well, like having
Severely injuring yourself.
right. First time riding in an ambulance too. That was cool.
I
They
mean,
didn't have the
I'm glad you got the bright side out of it. Ooh,
Yeah.
I get to ride an ambulance.
they didn't have the lights or siren on though.
Ambulance.
Well, ambulance.
Oh well. Yeah.
When my friend Donna broke her ankle when we were trying to study, I got to ride in the ambulance
Okay.
because I hung out with her the whole time. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna just abandon you. You were skipping down a hallway and broke your ankle.
Jeez.
Jeez. Well, it happens.
It was if you knew her, you'd know it was the most Donna way to injure yourself. Skipping down a hallway. Anyways, I see.
When I got
I
back
see
from-
train stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's all from the Albany and Western.
Oh no.
Oh hey, you
I
made your
was-
favorite little prairie.
Oh hey.
Yeah, I made my favorite little prairie. He's there.
Does he
And
have
I
a
also
name?
made a... Not yet. Not yet. Neither does the Mikado that I reskinned as well. And fun fact, we're going to see these both at Train Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Excellent. Oh, you
But
wouldn't
anyways,
start-
I was doing work from Banks, the town that I started out in, and then I went to the northeast to a town called Brooks,
Mhm.
and that's where I wound up.
I haven't been home,
That's pretty much it.
so I haven't worked on my thing at all. I feel bad.
It's kind of a division point because the main line goes off a bit, goes north, has the branch line going west, and the main line keeps going east.
Least?
Yeah,
East? I thought you said west.
That's West, Patrick. You're fired again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And built this old branch sign to a pulp mill.
Fun. Pulp mills are good.
Especially when it's a 3% grade to get up to it.
Oh, man. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
The freaking WWF is currently building a 3% grade. That's why they want their air
Oh,
brake
boy.
system working.
That
Their
makes
vacuum
sense.
brake system working.
And I also reskinned a Portal Portugal tram, particularly 201, because I've driven this trolley. So I wanted insurance.
I have driven this trolley before.
Well,
Fire on
there's
the
one
track.
trolley that we have at the museum that I haven't driven yet. And that's our double-decker that we got running on Sunday.
Sundays.
And I can't wait to go up there this weekend to go drive it. We got all the overhead fixed. We got everything working in the car.
Okay.
Can't
Where's
wait.
a double from?
Double-decker car from Blackpool, England.
Oh, it's
Y'all
British.
shipped it all the
okay.
way over? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, if you're gonna drive it, you need to. Now, anybody working on that car needs to have a British accent.
Yeah, perhaps.
Do it.
What?
I
Yeah.
dare you.
But you know what I will do? Or what I did?
Well,
I found the Oregon Electric street running in downtown Albany. Or what's left of it, rather, in front of the old Oregon Electric station. Which is now a pizza parlor, and it's pretty good. I got some photos of it up in the chat.
That reminds me.
And I also did a now and then shot.
So there's a line that goes from Dallas to Denton, which is north of Dallas,
Oh, yeah.
and my friend's town could get a train station or choose an ice machine. Guess what they chose?
What?
and I,
Yeah,
Whoa, 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 hold on.
They
What?
had
Like
a
a-
decision. The city council could be on the train, build a station and have people take the train, or build an ice machine.
wait, like for getting
How
back
does
to
it?
advice?
Okay, how does it come down to
Why?
that? How does it come down to
That's,
that
that's
decision?
what they
Doesn't make
have
Wait,
money
sense.
an
for.
ice machine where?
An ice machine next to the BNSF main line
God.
Why?
What?
because it was an empty
Why?
lot and they needed to do something.
Why an ice machine?
Because
Because it's Texas.
because it's Texas and
Yeah,
you
but-
need ice.
No, is there not like a Walmart or something
It's
nearby where you can go
10,000
get an ice?
degrees.
No, it's literally in the middle of farmland. Like the nearest Walmart is probably 25 minutes away, something like that.
I'm gonna
Still.
visit this ice machine.
You could drive
It's
through
now a
town. You
tourist
could drive to
attraction.
Walmart. No, you could take the train to Walmart.
I was just gonna take the train to Walmart, man.
Oh wait, here's where I would take the
Commuter
train to
bill.
Walmart if I could.
If I had one.
If I had a station.
Mhm. Oh my god.
But I think we've been dwelling a little bit too long in this section, haven't we?
I mean,
I bought a K4.
yeah, he did.
Not
I
again.
applied for Amtrak.
I have abstained from buying
Eric,
anything so far.
not again. This is my first K4. I'm not rail where I have like
Oh,
8 of
okay.
things.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not rail yet. How does it
There's
run?
20 of them, I swear.
It runs pretty good. I had to mess with it a little bit because it would. Well, when I first got it, it tracks horribly, but my track work is awful.
Good.
And I don't have a
Great.
picture of it, but I have
It's okay,
what I've
so is
dubbed
mine, and I think so.
the quote unquote curve of death.
Oh
where
no, dead man's
Almost
curve.
where this will almost it's a it's just a regular curve, but it's on a hill, which
Hmm.
makes it worse.
Huh.
Like you start into the curve, you go up a little bit, and then you go down to the rest of the track.
Okay.
And this would derail every time you go through there. So I ended up ripping that out and raising the track just with like maybe an eighth of an inch or something, no less than that, with a piece of wood, just to raise it up enough where this goes through it,
Well,
and it works, and it has smoke.
so
Nice.
the ice machine is larger than I thought it was going to be.
Hey, let me see this.
I like how they have to denote that it's open.
Oh, that's a big ass ice machine.
Yeah,
but
that
seriously,
could've been
they
a
couldn't have
train
done
thing.
both.
There's literally room for both.
Yeah,
You could
you
put the
don't-
ice machine in the station.
The town is tiny. I
Also,
think
the
it's like
place
the town is
The
retarded.
place is
2,000
named
people.
twice the ice, and the town is called Krum. The name of the
You're
town is
Krum.
Krum.
You're Krum.
I like how I could get almost all the way around this ice machine in
Yeah, it's
Google.
Street View.
Like, what the hell? Why? Why?
Because you only had enough money
why?
for one.
But the
Why?
station would be more expensive.
Hey, I don't.
Yeah.
Either that
No,
would
the
be a
station would be
garbage
more
station, or that
useful.
was a really expensive ice machine.
No kidding.
It must
I
have
mean,
like
this
the
is
world's
Texas.
best ice or something, like little curly cube ice or
Oh,
something.
Yeah.
oh, and guess what? At the time of this photo,
It's
photo was taken,
closed.
it's closed.
Wait, like closed for a day or something?
Yeah,
or
well,
closed
no,
for
like
good?
closed. Like it
The
has
sign says
hours.
closed.
The sign says closed.
Wow.
It has hours.
Wow.
Okay, what the hell?
Why the
Anyways,
hell did you build
anything
it?
else important to cover in this section? Not ice related?
Terminus 81. Ice machines are stupid.
Ice machine is station. You decide.
Terminus 81, you're Krum.
You're Krum. Yep.
There goes everybody from Krum, Texas.
Yeah, none of them.
All one person.
Nope, that's being very, very generous. There's not one person from Krum, Texas. Listen, if you're from Krum, Texas, and you're listening to this show, I don't believe you.
Fake
One,
news.
we don't believe you. And two,
That's fake
And
news if you're
two.
listening to
Okay,
this.
anyways, if we've got nothing else super duper important to cover here, it's time for...
Brendel.
Oh wait, Kevon has to do it.
oh great.
It's time for locomotive versus.
It's got to be unintelligible.
I know,
Yeah,
I mean, that
keep
was a
the
lot
mic.
better than Dean's, that's for sure.
You got.
Whoa,
Look
whoa.
at that. Bless you.
Yeah. Whoops, not the highlight. I don't want to turn the highlight on. I need to turn that off. Wait, there we go. Okay. Now, why is it called a Highland Pony?
That's what
Anyways, in
Pony.
one corner... Oh wait, can I have the pictures again, please? Oh wait, I have to get one of the pictures. I'm actually competing this time.
do you want me to get the picture?
Yeah, get the picture of yours.
There's the picture again.
Oh, Weibald isn't here.
Wah, wah.
That's a minor issue when it comes to, like, stuff.
When it comes to what?
When it comes to style points. That's 17.
Fine.
I need 16. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good picture of the engine in question. Is that it? I need a good side shot. As usual. That's 15. God damn it.
Yeah, 15's the one they ran.
Yeah,
They're not pictures of 16?
there are not that many, that's for sure. Not too many good ones. Here's one, like, from the
EBT
back.
16.
Weren't they the same class or?
No,
No.
15 was a different class. 16,
They're
17, and
ever
18
so
are...
slightly different.
Okay, I found a good one. So,
I think 16, 17, and 18 are bigger.
yeah, slightly. But they're also from, like, 1918.
Okay.
So here is the... What is this thing called again?
It is the C56 Highland Pony. Why it's called the Highland Pony?
Okay, well, this is the Japanese
identifies as a
C56
horse.
Highland Pony.
Yeah.
And in the other corner, we have East Broad at top, number 16. So,
Are the combatants ready?
I'm ready. Are all
Let's
the
get
other
ready
people
to
ready?
rumble.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. Alright.
For me money.
Hold on, I need to set the scores back to 0. Alright, there we go. So, Kevon, Milky, Jader, who do you think should go first?
EBT.
tight.
Thanks.
UET, of course.
Alright,
East board top.
East board top.
Yep.
I can't. I need to stop. I did not say that ever. So. God, what even? Okay. Let me see. What is your... Ooh, this is gonna suck. Lots of dicks. What is your tractive effort? Let's just start there.
Active effort.
Mm-hmm.
Active effort.
See if you can outdo an air gauge.
18,435.
30,600.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
You can see why they're called ponies.
Who put... Oh, hold on, that was my bad. Hopefully this isn't a washout. I tried to pick something bigger but significantly older. So,
Oof.
let me see. Firebox area. I'll just go down these.
89.34 square feet.
141 square feet.
Yeah, you're probably gonna beat me on all this.
Yeah,
Wait.
I just have a bigger
What the hell
engine.
is a-
Yeah.
what the hell's an air
great-
gauge? What? Okay.
What?
Oh, wait. Oh.
They're
I
both
see.
narrow gauge.
Oh, okay. I see it. I see it.
Great
I mean,
area.
you have an extra wheel to hold that shit up.
Yeah, I do. Great area.
Great area. 13.99.
Holy crap! How do you make any steam? 42.50.
Crazy
This is-
Japanese
that-
magic.
That's in imperial units, right? You're reading this in imperial units?
No, that's in square feet.
Yeah, so imperial units.
Oh, okay, yeah.
not
then
not
sorry.
imperial Japanese units.
Just say Americanese, okay? I'll get that.
American.
Evaporative
Okay.
heating surface.
586 square feet.
580. Okay, this is gonna be real bad for you. I'm sorry. 2020.
Yeah, Eric, how do you run?
Very well, apparently.
Superheating surface. I have a superheater. Superheating surface.
Oh boy.
213 square feet.
465 square feet.
Surprise.
I was real. I thought you were gonna. Okay. Combined heating surface.
799 square feet.
That's just sad. 2485.
Jeez.
This is sad. This is so sad.
This is.
I'm sorry. I should have picked something smaller.
There's still time!
It looked bigger.
Oh, there's no.
Your mogul looked like a big mogul. It's not a big mogul.
It's not a big mogul.
Evaporative heating surface
Big
divided by cylinder volume.
It's a
108.19.
happy old mogul.
100. Oh my god. 231.
Oof.
Well, I'm just gonna keep going down then.
Okay.
Robert, let me see this power computation.
2801.
Oh my god. 7650.
Well,
Well then.
the
Same
complete,
as above
this
plus
is the
superheater.
complete 180
3557.
with Japan.
9104.
Oh my goodness.
This
It's
is
just like World War II all over
yeah, I
again.
was about to
Yeah.
say. Substitute.
Yeah, Japan won the
yeah.
first part of the war.
Substitute substitute EBT-16 for little boy, and it's like, oh boy, here we go again.
Yeah.
Same as
You're in
above,
tough
but
1945 colorized.
yeah, same as above, but substitute firebox area for great area.
22,715.
Okay, you're closer, but 30,202. Power L1,
9994.
11,402.
Oh my god.
I don't. I'm just gonna stay away from all the stats having to do with weight. Power MT,
944.01.
750.
I beat you on something?
How?
I don't know. I don't know.
This is rigged. Whole thing's rigged.
Yes.
Alright, anyways.
It's my turn finally.
Yeah.
Alright,
Yay.
number in class.
Oh god.
Oh
Three.
no.
3.
160.
Jesus Christ.
Sister
How many
Hans,
Hold on,
survive
hold on,
out of those
hold on,
three?
hold on.
I was
Come
just
on.
I was just gonna ask that. How many survived?
3, I think. Hold on.
100% survival rate. Boom.
Yep.
Hold on. I need to give you that point. I think 3 survived.
Yep. I think. Right?
Yeah,
Oh, no, you were
16,
there.
17, and 18 are all in the roundhouse.
All right,
Yeah.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32 surviving.
Okay, you can have that
What?
point.
Are there any in
Can't have
operation?
that
Are there any in operation?
Not in current, like, no asterisk.
Okay, so
No,
stored
no.
in serviceable operation.
Yeah,
Right?
they're stored serviceable, I think.
Okie dokie.
giant
let's see here.
17 is the only one to have operated in the 21st century,
Okay,
but that was in 2001.
let's see here.
So
It
zero.
counts.
All right.
Womp womp.
Let's see here. I have 1, 2,
Way more.
3. It looks like only 3 operating.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's still 3 more than I have.
Well,
That's
if we
still
went
3
back 20 years, we might have free operating
Yeah.
for this. But
If,
Maybe.
if the EBT gets some love.
Okay. Builders.
Baldwin, sucker.
oh,
Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, Hitachi, Nippon Sharyo, Kawasaki Heavy Industries Rolling Stock Company, and Kisho Saizo.
Yeah, but Baldwin still wins. Baldwin is number
Baldwin
one.
is better than all of those.
I have Hitachi.
I know, but Hitachi
Oh,
doesn't
Baldwin.
beat Baldwin.
Oh.
Hitachi beats a lot
Baldwin
of things.
supremacy.
But
Eric.
the T1
Baldwin
was once
Master Race.
described as sex on wheels. In fact, you were the one that posted that.
I was?
I think so.
Huh?
I don't remember posting this.
Hold
Also,
on.
the ball.
You weren't the one who came up with it, but it was a thing about one of the T1 Trust members passing away, and we'll come around to that later. He had described
Spoilers.
the T1 as sex on wheels.
Oh, okay, so I did post that, but I
Yeah.
didn't post that.
No, you
Those
didn't. You
words.
didn't come up with it.
No, I did not come up with that.
No, but
Also, don't you want one builder for the most part?
I mean,
Just 'cause
if you have
There
multiple-
were 160
the only
builds.
time it's a real big problem is when you have multiple builders for a single locomotive.
Yep.
or when you get mixed up about that.
Yeah. Like
So,
to
point went to you on
retcon
that
the
one, then?
jokes from earlier. What is your factor of adhesion?
Factor of adhesion is, where is that at? I lost. There it is. 3.80.
Damn it, 4.38.
Japan is
So
not
you're
so
closer
big.
to 4. You get that one. I'm trying to find the right tab to. There.
All right.
There
Well,
you go.
let's see
Highland
here.
Pony.
Railroads operated on.
East Broad Top.
JNR and the Burma Railway.
The Burma Railway.
So
Oh,
yes,
Burma.
these engines operated on the Deaf Railway.
Didn't the East Broad Top have a different name for the tourist railroad? Or
No,
was it
it's
just
still-
No, it was just East Broad Top.
Because the East Broad Top never became a tourist railroad. It's still a for-profit company. It's
Oh,
still
wait.
a coal company.
Oof.
Yeah.
No wonder why
next
they don't
time they
need
come
any
back,
grants.
they're just gonna be like, "Where's all the coal?"
That's why they don't. That's why they don't do anything, because the rails and stuff are owned by like the original
Coal
owner
company.
of the private company, and everything else is owned and maintained by the friends of the EBT who are trying to buy the track. But the problem is the person doesn't want to sell the track
Oof.
because that's like
Yeah.
it's like his family legacy. So he doesn't want to get rid of it. He doesn't want to hand it off to somebody else.
How old is this guy?
Not that old.
Damn it.
Like, not about to die. But anyways,
Let's interview this.
yeah. Anyways. Well, it's okay. I'll go back to Portland. I'll talk to my mob people.
Oh yeah, your mob train conductor guy.
Yeah. Anyways, what else? What else have you got? You're actually not.
How
I'm
much
as-
fuel can
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
you.
carry?
Oh no. Oh wait.
Unknown.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
Unknown.
Well, I mean, just for reference, it's tender fuel capacity is 7 tons.
I could probably carry. Mine probably carries more than that, just based on what it looks like.
Are
Yeah,
you
well,
sure
you have
about
a
that?
3-axle tender.
Is it?
Yes.
And it's slopey.
Oh, it is. Oh.
And you have a
Sad and
slopey
small. So I don't think so. Then again, we did not need to carry much. We were, right with the coal.
Yeah. So you ran out. Out of coal in the tender. Just get it from the hoppers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise known as zombie train style.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
okay, so that
was
didn't
a
give
mute.
anybody a point.
That was moot. Driver wheelbase.
Oh god. Driver wheelbase 13.5 feet.
12.47.
That's longer than I thought, but you still win.
All right. Engine wheelbase.
F you. 28.67.
20.51.
Oh boy.
8 feet shorter. That's how you use it.
Ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase.
0.47.
0.61.
Oh, that's good.
Overall wheelbase, engine and tender.
54.67.
39.37.
God damn, you're short.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
In
It's
this
a good
place, it's
thing.
getting you
In this
points,
case,
so...
it's you win.
Hey.
Stop using your shortiness.
Minimum weight of rail.
Oh, God. 56 pounds per yard?
39 pounds per yard.
God.
It's a tiny rail.
A 2-foot gauge rail.
Well, we operate on two different gauges.
Yeah, weirdos.
Yeah, we operate on 3'6" and 3'3", 3/8.
You two-timing bastards.
3 3/8. What?
It's very particular.
Why? What is that?
That's the Burma Railway. That's what they operated. That's their trackage.
Burma.
But why?
Oh.
Because Burma.
Burma shave.
Axle loading.
Axle loading.
You're probably gonna start beating me here.
Axle loading. I don't have a value for that.
All right. For reference, mine is 23,347 pounds.
Okay.
How about weight on drivers?
Weight on drivers. 134,000 pounds.
70,019.
Nimble little piece.
Piece of shit.
All right, continue.
Engine weight
163,000 pounds.
82,960 pounds.
You're like half the weight.
Now it's tied.
Tender lightweight.
Tender lightweight. Where is that?
Right under engine weight.
I don't have that. I only have tender loaded weight.
All right. Well, for reference, mine is 61,509 pounds.
Mhm.
Total engine and total weight, or to that total engine and tender weight.
243,000 pounds.
144,469
Oh my God.
pounds.
Yeesh.
Okay, the Highland Pony
That
is
cheap
taking the
Japanese
lead.
middle.
Don't count me out yet. The driver diameter.
Oh, great. Small. 48 inches.
55 inches.
Yeah. That's one of the things I looked at the comparison of the engines. I was like, well, I know what I'm not picking.
Small stub.
Small,
Wheels.
teeny, weeny.
Small, teeny weeny.
Well, since we're going to go through this eventually, boiler pressure.
180.
Really?
Yeah,
200.20 psi.
that's oddly
What?
specific.
Like 220. Wait.
200.20. No, 220.
Wait. I don't understand. Eric has the puniest firebox ever. How does he have 200?
Because he's newer. Because he's newer. It's an older engine with,
Right.
yeah.
Damn it, Japan. This is not how it's supposed to work.
Sorry for dying. Cylinders.
Cylinders. 20 by 24.
15.75 by 24.02.
You say 15.75?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I think I win.
Small.
I think so too.
I think.
So I'm pretty sure we went through everything on the list.
No, I have a question.
Oh no.
Local base ID.
God damn it! I knew he was going to say that. 13,814.
Oh my god.
3,827.
Say 3,000.
Yes.
God damn Japan.
You're 3,000? How? I would expect East Broad Top to be. Wow. Okay.
Okay, what have you got in the way of air compressors? That's something I just want to ask. Oh wait, I can't ask that. Never mind. Not right now. I can't ask.
I don't know. Either way.
Question.
Wait.
What?
Who has the ball? I lost.
I think I do because I won. Ironically, local base ID.
Well, no. That's a question Kevon asked.
Oh. Let's see here. The last question I asked was cylinders, and you won that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's me. Okay. Yeah. What kind of air compressors do you have?
I don't know. That's a good question.
One.
It looks like just one single stage.
The thing right behind the smoke deflector. Yeah. And you have two.
I have 2 single stage. Go me.
Yay, I guess.
We have a spare. Also, I have 2 sand domes.
Yes, you do.
I have more sand than you.
Yep.
What engine was yours again?
16. EBT
Thank you.
16.
Oh.
What kind of valve gear do you guys have?
Oh.
Southern.
What?
Yeah.
Wall
Yeah,
shirts.
he has so- yeah.
I don't understand what Southern
I was
valve gear
avoiding
is.
that.
It looks like wool shirts. Like, what is it?
It's weird.
What makes it different?
I don't know. We'd have to ask Weibold, except he's not here. Yeah, I need him here to give me the style points.
Oh, wait.
I don't know enough about these engines.
What would the 100% out free count as?
I already
Oh,
put that one when we were going through
okay,
that.
good
I
to
have
see
a
that
lot
that
more
counts.
reservoir space, I'm pretty sure. Like a lot more.
You have 2 big ass tubes.
Series of...
Eric, do you have a trains model of yours?
Yes.
Do you?
Yes, he does. Yes.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Is there a model of the EBT engine?
Yes,
Oh,
and Neil
okay.
made one.
Oh, that's right. I had it. I had it for Geiger Mountains.
Yep.
What else? It's currently 18 to 17. Japan is winning.
Oh.
This is not how
Wow.
it's supposed to work.
This should be
And
a
we're supposed to
blowout.
die.
This is not how World War II ended.
This is literally the last episode.
Guys, we need a couple
we'll
bombs
take
to
this
drop.
one.
We need to get a bigger engine. And
Well,
kill
no,
this quick.
the problem was not being a bigger engine. I beat him at, like, every power thing, every firebox thing.
Yeah.
He's so
true.
small.
And there's more of them.
There's more.
There's more of me.
There's too many of them, Mr.
There's
Skywalker.
more of them.
What we gonna do?
I don't know.
As far as all the young games in the game.
I don't know. I need to come up
Star
with
Wars.
something. I need to come up with something.
I don't know.
I've run out of statistics.
Why you never here?
All
Which one
right.
have we got?
I'll have to relinquish it here. I guess.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else.
Another point for
Right.
Eric. He has
Have
shiny,
y'all
he has
did
shiny
country?
gold things.
Country of origin?
That doesn't matter.
Well, so does
I'm just saying.
We did.
Eric has shiny gold things in his engine.
So does the EBT.
Not as many shiny gold things.
Not as many shiny things. I have more shiny.
Let's do shiny names.
I don't think, I'm not sure being shiny counts.
Yes, it does.
Well, here's
No,
a style point for me. I think one of them is still being used for freight service.
Really?
I think it is. In the images I posted, it's definitely pulling freight cars.
That's
Is
sitting
that in
still
Japan
with
or
freight
Burma?
cars. It doesn't look like
Well,
it's
it's
pulling.
sitting, but there are pictures of it pulling.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it's a fan trip.
Another point for Eric is smoke deflectors.
I do have smoke deflectors.
I guess that's a legitimate style point. Like, as in, it is about style.
EBT lane kind of has one.
Oh, it
Because
doesn't.
lane I had on top.
That is not a smoke.
In the
It
photo that
doesn't
you posted.
have any smoke
that-
deflectors. It has a thing that covering the stack because it's
Oh.
raining.
My bad. My bad.
It has a stack cap, but that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
then
the
get
stack cap
Doug
looks
these
like a
smoke
piece of
detectors
plywood.
up. Wait. EBT engine has a cab door from what I
They
can
both
tell.
have cab doors.
It's
Oh.
kind of a
Wait, is there a
standard
door
thing.
on yours, Eric? Oh,
Yes, there is a
there's
door.
There's the
It
handle.
is very, 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 very seamed, but
Yeah.
it's there.
Oh,
It's very smooth.
Damn it.
It's a good
Flush.
door
That's
then.
flush is the word I was looking for.
Yes. Like the
Whoosh.
toilet.
Wait, would it be a style point? Eric has the slopey tender, or would that be a negative style point?
I don't know.
The sign.
This website needs to be updated.
What?
I just realized. So I'm reading through EBT to see if there's anything I can find. Today the EBT is open to tours Saturdays and Sundays from the first weekend of June to October, and blah 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 blah. It's like, oh yeah, the steam train's still around. Like, no.
Well, I
no,
mean-
they don't.
No.
The EBT does have the Friends of the EBT there. You know,
Mhm.
but they just weren't there.
But
when
they're
we were
saying-
there.
They're saying steam trains depart from.
Oh, okay,
over-
yeah, that's wrong. Do you have a power reverse?
Um,
That's
I
not,
would
Those things of power reverse? Where?
I don't think he has one.
I don't see one on the E EBT.
Because it's on the other
Wait.
side.
Yeah, I'm looking at the other side.
what would I
don't
be
see-
looking for?
A cylinder
Like the little-
that's attached to the reverser.
Okay.
Here, look, you can see it in this one. Whoops, that's the wrong group. You can see it in this. There's a power reverse. That's on 17, but
Oh,
same class.
I see it. Okay. Okay.
Uh,
That's a style point. Yeah, you have a
Yeah.
power reverse.
Only if
oh,
you
that
guys-
right there.
What?
Easier to do the
Okay, so
backup.
that's on the right there. Let me take a look. That looks like that little fat thing might be a power reverse.
That little fat thing's an air reservoir.
Is it? Because there's
Yeah.
something coming out the other end too. But
Yeah, that's the air
Yeah,
reservoir.
that's the reservoir.
No.
Two
Then
things.
no, I do not have a power reverse.
Okay.
Sure. Wait, where does?
Wait, hang on. Which side of is your engine?
Oh yeah, wait, which
right-hand
side?
drive or
Yeah,
left-hand?
hold on. Which
I'm
side?
looking at the engineer side.
Okay.
Which side is
Is,
that?
is that the same side we're used to?
Yeah, I believe it is.
I believe it is.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure it's the same side. I'm pretty sure
God
it's
dang
universal.
it, EBT.
What did the EBT do now?
They're running a triple header and the train just comes uncoupled.
Whip.
Oh, I can't even find a cab view of it. That sucks.
Oh,
That's lovely.
I see. It's on. Your reverse is on the other side.
My reverse is on the other side, so I do have one.
It's on the other side. No, you don't have a power reverse. It looks like a straight bar.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I think that's if what I'm looking at is what I think I'm looking at.
Can you
then it's-
wait? Can you send the picture?
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can find a better, little bit more conclusive one. Here's a model. That's
Oh,
not
of
helpful.
course, page not found.
Oh wait, yeah. Do you guys have models? Not
Yep.
like trains models, but
Yes.
actual models.
Yes, I
Yep.
do.
Yep.
EBT has one too.
Of
Oh yeah,
course
there's like
EBT.
Only available in
Jeez.
Japan, but it still exists.
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, no, it looks like you guys just have a bar. Let me frame. I need a closer photo that doesn't have like stock photo on the side of like. written.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Hmm.
It's not. It's now 1918, but oh well. I gave it my all.
Yeah.
I win again!
I would say, wait, I
Somehow?
would have
What?
one. Wait, when were you built, Eric?
35.
Oh, effing kill me.
No. Come on. No.
1916.
Old.
but
How many
doesn't
times?
count.
How many times have I said it's older, it's older, it's older, and nobody even asked me?
I caught up on it, but I didn't
What's this
acknowledge
thing?
it
It's older.
because I wanted you to
Yeah.
kick his butt.
It's
Could
older.
you get?
That means you don't get the point. The newer
I
one gets
did-
the point every time.
I didn't mean to. I thought we already did that stat.
No, we didn't.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like one of
Wait.
the continuously operating longer than Eric's locomotive.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you guys
Actually,
Did you guys have a break in there, Eric?
I probably for a short period.
Yeah, I don't think that's conclusive enough. You'd have to go through the history of all these locomotives. But
Yeah, I would have
Either
to,
way.
and I don't have access to that here.
20 to 18.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do the last one. I thought it was already done.
Thanks.
Rip in peace.
He's
Thanks.
already
Come on.
dead.
All right.
Oh, and just to let you know, the engineer side is where we're used to on the C-56.
Is it the reverse? It looked like it was on the other side.
Hmm.
All right. Well, either way, whatever. Didn't help me win.
Nope.
oh,
Wait a sec. I'm trying to find somebody else to watch now, because that person, Dean, is no longer doing Dean things. Okay. Anyways, so on to the news. On to fresh from the shop. What's fresh from the shop around here, guys?
wait. We forgot to tally up boats.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Hold on. Let me put this in real quick. Oh, let me sort this out because I have to do the stuff in the foot, and the text is white for some reason.
Well, the
So-
text has always been white on this.
Well, yeah, no, I mean in the other document.
Oh, alright.
I was like, hey, I'm not typing. Oh, that's why. Okay, so yeah, the winner was the JNR C56 by the points 20 to 18. And so what are the votes?
Alright, I vote for
That's
EBT.
tough.
Because
I
Oh,
cannot
man,
betray my
killed my
country.
fairy.
I cannot betray my country. So, EBT.
Fine. Eric, you get a pity vote.
But Trader, I thought you were Mr. Sparta.
You get a pity vote, though. Actually, wait. Milky, you're right. I am. I identify as the East Broad Top.
Yes. Oh,
I
wait.
am covered in
Oh.
weeds.
Rip in peace.
Covered in weeds.
Oh, wait.
I am covered
So
in weed
that's,
and rust.
That's
tetanus.
3-0.
And tetanus. Hey, baby, let me spin your turntable. Alright. Let me actually... Oh, these are... Oh, I need to turn the text blue. Because these are links. And I neglected that. I sort of forgot. Okay. So, on to the news. What's
Okay.
going on, folks? What's happening?
Well, if I could start off, if I may, with Disneyland.
You may not.
Disney World.
Disneyland.
Just kidding. What's going on at Disney?
I mean,
Disneyland, the Disneyland Railroad's
Disney.
reopening date.
Woo! Disneyland.
The
When?
opening.
Oh, Disneyland?
It
Okay.
is opening.
Disneyland.
Is reopening on July 29th.
Okay. Good for them.
Wait, why were they closed?
They were closed because of Star Wars land construction,
Yep.
Effing Star Wars.
Just an aside.
along with the Rivers of America. So
Just an aside. I took the Strasbourg shop tour while I was there, and we looked through a doorway and saw a very brightly colored 3-foot gauge tender with paper over the side covering the identification marks and some brightly colored wheel sets. And I said, "Oh, hey, are those for the, is the tender from Disney?" Or I think I said, "Who's the tender from?" And the shop tour guy goes, "Well, see, we're not allowed to talk about certain things from certain clients, but you can make all of the, you can make any assumptions you like. You can base that on your own judgment," or something like that. And I was like, "Okay, got it."
Hi, Walter. How you doing here?
It's like, but yeah, so Disneyland's Railroad is coming back.
Hey.
In the end.
Disneyland. What else? I mean, you gotta keep going on something there.
Oh,
You know what
how
else?
do you segue from that?
I mean, how do you?
You know
segue
what
from
else
that?
is coming back?
What?
This disputed locomotive here that it's the
this thing.
Saskana Timber number 2.
It's the
The
thing
locomotive that we talked about a while back.
the one that got
this
the
guy.
one that's getting displaced from Wisconsin or wherever it is.
Wisconsin, yeah.
Yeah.
And we had some personal speculation about it a while back
Mhm.
about where it would go,
We
and I
all-
said
We all
West
wanted it to
Coast
come to
would
us.
be a fine spot for it to go. And you know what? That's exactly where it's going, to the Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad. So now I'm
Wait, is it
definitely
up-
going to have to go there.
Is it operational?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's operational.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
But it's a nice railroad and pretty fitting for it to go to.
Well, because it worked at Saginaw Timber.
Yeah, it works for us up in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
This thing
Another
has
place,
stubby ass wheels.
Yeah. Another
Sure.
place I thought would be good for it was Mount Rainier Scenics,
Mm-hmm.
which one of their, I believe it was their founder recently passed away.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, they
Right.
have the thing.
They have
the,
that weird,
the 282T. The 282T.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that 2A2T.
Yeah.
yep, he was, it's just interested in trains and wanted to make a museum out of it, and that's what he did.
I was actually
Yeah.
talking about. The people who like trains. Because at the WWF we talked about F. Nelson Blount because a lot of their equipment and pretty much all of the 2-foot gauge equipment that survives only survives because of Edaville, which is something that Blount owned. And so we talked about him a little bit. And just this
Now,
idea of get rich and buy a bunch of trains.
Yeah. That's how
Jerry,
it happens.
Yeah, that happens. Yeah, well, that happens. And what did you say,
Or
Jader?
Jerry.
Yeah, what about him?
Fred Gibner.
He's like Blount's successor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what's the difference right now?
Well, Age of Steam is not. Well, I mean, Age of Steam has tours, but
Yeah,
Can't
Age of
just-
Steam
Well,
has
then they're
tours,
open.
doesn't it?
Mm.
All of a
they
sudden,
do.
go on.
Like public tours that you don't have to be in a group of 40 some odd to be a part of.
See, it'd be nice if they didn't do that, but
Well, aren't these though? A normal tour.
most of them are. But this one in particular is being put together by the Fort Wayne Railroad Historical Society.
Nice.
It's on
Oh
September
my
16th.
God, 765.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. September 16th to September 23rd.
I think they're just
Wait, what?
putting tours together.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Duh. Okay.
But they're doing tours.
Yeah, they are.
I thought it
Go
was.
check out the Age Steam. Totally worth it.
You can find tickets. It's $40.
Worth it. I mean, I paid
It is
25
kind
for
of worth
mine.
it, yeah.
Totally worth it. Get to see a lot of cool
And
stuff.
there's 763, otherwise known as Andy.
Duh.
You know what else you can find out cool stuff? The Oregon Electric Railway
Internet.
Museum.
What do
We
they
have
do?
recently published our newsletter, The Transfer, and it goes over various things that we've done, like getting our bucket truck ready and running,
Mr. Bucket.
getting the big pile of dirt out of the way, and getting the double decker up and running, which I mentioned earlier. And it also mentions Steam Up,
Steam up.
which is on the 29th, the 30th, the 5th, and the 6th.
Okay.
Obviously, the first 2 dates were in July, and then
No, it wraps back around.
two after that was August. But whatever. But anyways, that's our big event. It's going to be about, I want to say like 40 some odd steam tractors up and running.
Damn.
Wow.
That's
A lot
a
of steam
lot.
tractors.
On top of that, it's going to be the bid debut for all our double decker.
Oh yeah, because how many? Can you seat people in both levels?
Yes,
Okay, that's the best
you
part.
can see 80 people
Oh my
in
god.
that car.
A lot of people.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that we're going to be selling out car fulls
Well, that's good.
during Steam Up. It's going to be great.
That's awesome.
Now, normally when we talk about India, somebody always follows up with all aboard the Abdul the Indian train, right?
Right.
Well, you won't be boarding it anytime soon because the Darjeeling station has burned.
Aw.
Not completely.
Well, not completely, but 3 have been killed.
It's a little.
Toy train station was set ablaze in Darjeeling.
It's just a
They
little like.
did they find out what started the fire?
round.
We didn't start the fire.
There was a whole like protest. I don't know. Something going
Yeah,
on.
it was like a protest or something. The Center of Non-Cooperation.
Hmm.
That's a name for you.
Why is it so expensive?
So there's this whole it's a civil unrest thing, and as always happens with civil unrest things, people use an
Things
excuse
get
to
bad.
Light things on fire.
Anarchy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So the toy train is a little bit singed
Yeah.
slightly.
But
You
but
know
but,
what else?
but I was just gonna say, you know what else is on fire?
The Yakima
Mixtape.
trolley line.
The whole thing.
No, it barely escaped the wildfire.
Oh, okay.
Oh well.
I can just
So-
imagine the.
So I guess it was almost on fire.
I was gonna say I can imagine the line burning like a fuse. Like.
But anyways,
That'd
there was a small grass fire that erupted into a 500-acre inferno near the Yakima River.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Man.
And that's pretty close to where the trolley was, from Yakima to Sahia, Washington. And I think it was the motor man that spotted the fire.
Well, good for
But
him.
Yeah, good job. We're
They
proud
had
of
Portuguese.
Good job.
trolley
Have a
pick
cookie.
money.
you. They had what?
But they had Portuguese trolley that they were running.
Oh, yeah, it's cute. Is it the one in the
Oh, yeah.
picture?
Yeah, it's the one in the picture.
Okay, because I can't, like, I don't know what's what.
But anyways, the whole line's electrified, and as far as, well, actually no, it got way electrified. For a while it wasn't.
And they had to cheat.
Over. No, Union Pacific owned them.
Oh, okay.
And then they abandoned off the railroad, and they got it. So
Oh well.
the old parade did some good, I guess.
I mean, if you can call leaving doing good,
Well, it's better than not.
I mean, maybe. Well, I don't know.
And
So, oh,
It's better
somebody
than putting a
stole
trail there.
my thing, I think.
Oh,
Wait.
one thing.
No, actually, Kevon just took it. I was tempted to take it and then didn't, and then Kevon took it. So,
Oh,
yeah, so I was thinking about things being temporary. Hey, Kevon.
Kevin.
Speaking of things being temporary, it looks like CSX is having temporary problems, according to Hunter Harrison.
oh,
Well, no, he is the temporary problem.
yeah.
Impeach his ass.
Well, no, he's,
You can't impeach a
that's
CEO.
also, that's
Get
not
rid
how
of
this
him.
works. No, he's saying that he is,
Fake news.
he's there to fix up the company and then he's going to leave. Like, he doesn't want to be there for the long term, he just wants to be there.
Wow.
He wants to fix the company and make loads of money.
Yeah, he wants to get his
Basically.
giant, his giant cash
Settlement.
package,
whatever.
settlement that we talked about last time. Oh my god! And they certainly have a way with money now, don't they? So this is something else that I picked up on. So CSX, to save money, is going to no longer supply boots or safety gear to its employees. You have to buy them yourself. But at the same time, they're spending 1.8
million.
on headquarter upgrades, renovations to 15th floor executive offices.
No-
Yeah, because
no
that looks
offense.
good on the company.
Yeah. Yeah, no offense to CSX, but I don't think supply boots and safety gear cost that much.
Well, yeah. Also, it's just because Hunter Harrison wants a nicer office.
He's not even going to be there long.
Well, yeah, but he
That'd be
wants a
okay.
nice office while he's there. I don't freaking know.
Doesn't he work from home a lot because his
Yeah, because he's
health
sick
is
as
not good?
heck. Yeah, I don't know. But
Why the hell do they spend
well,
the
he
money to
wants-
upgrade the
He
office?
probably wants to move his home to the office. I bet he's getting like a bedroom and
Well, Jack and hookers.
Black- exactly.
whole deal.
wouldn't you?
He's getting a
if you were him?
hospital up there.
Yeah, he's getting a hospital. He's
He's
getting
getting
his,
all the medical resources up there.
Mhm.
Maybe,
actually moving
maybe
the
he has a
corporate-
Darth Vader suit.
Yeah, he's actually moving the corporate offices to a hospital.
Yeah.
But
And while he's at it, he's also banning napping on his railroad.
well, while he's napping in his office,
Yeah.
who took the
It's not
banning
napping when
thing?
you're dead.
I have
Come
it.
on, dude.
Yeah. So
Oh, I read the article earlier, and now it's asking me for a membership. I see how it is. Basically, they beforehand. Currently, CSX has a napping policy of no more than 30 minutes,
Alright, fair enough.
and one crew. The train has to have brake supply. There has to be more than another crew if you're taking a nap, and so on.
okay,
And Hunter Harrison wants to get rid of it all.
Amtrak is-
Okay.
You are no longer going to.
okay. Hold on though. This may be the only work environment I've ever heard of that has a corporate policy for sleeping
naps.
on the job.
yeah.
Well, I think it's good because the amount of
The amount of
how often
accidents-
do you work?
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I'm pretty sure people are going to do it
on the
anyways,
railroad, you're
but,
working practically
I mean,
So-
Anytime.
yeah,
every day.
but still, what? I mean, it's odd to me that this was a thing that you could do, and now you can't do it.
I wonder if you can do that on Amtrak.
I mean, Amtrak. I don't think Amtrak spends as much
Probably
time
not.
like chilling, idling, waiting for something else.
I
you'd be
mean, they probably
surprised
can
at the
nap
amount
while
of freight trains.
I mean, they
when the
can,
train. Yeah, that's also a thing. The whole napping thing was, oh, you could take a nap if you're waiting for a freight train to pass by.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's like that.
But actually, speaking of which, speaking of Amtrak, right? So, just a couple of things. Actually, a few things that are kind of all across the spectrum. The first one is there was set out a $153 billion Northeast Corridor upgrade plan. Now, there are a
Nice.
lot of things in this plan, including a 4 to 6 track network all over, 200 miles of expanded capacity, just in general along the corridor. New segments should be designated for should be designed as well for 220 mile per hour operations. So, damn son. A New Haven
Fast.
Providence capacity planning study because of the vulnerability along the Connecticut and Rhode Island shoreline. Now, this is something actually. So, they wanted to build a bypass around New London and parts of Rhode Island. And in fact, I think the whole of Rhode Island for part of it. They wanted to reroute the Northeast Corridor or some of the trains up the middle of Connecticut and then over, which I wouldn't be necessarily opposed to that, but it, kind of avoids my whole state, and that's not
That's
great.
bad.
I'm not too much of a fan. But after some, I guess, localized outrage, the FRA struck the old Saybrook, Rhode Island bypass from the Northeast Corridor plan. The reason it was there was the track very closely follows the waterfront and does a it also goes over a buttload of drawbridges, which, especially around major boat builders and major submarine builders like in Groton, Connecticut, is a problem because you get people competing over when do we get to open the bridge, when do we get to close the bridge. Additionally, and I got to see this at the very tail end of the Pennsylvania Special, we drove by one of the only railroad crossings on the Northeast Corridor, which is in Connecticut, in New London, which is exactly what they're trying to avoid with this reroute. But the people there did not want this, and so it was struck from the plan. And
How have they not gotten rid of the? How have they not built an overpass there?
if
I
you
don't understand.
if you look at, because it's on the waterfront, there's no room to get a track or a road up and over at this point. The station is sandwiched between the main road and ocean. And there's another road just down the way where you have to cross to get to the ferry terminal, which is right there. There'd be no other way, there's no way to get over, there's no way to get around. It's, that's why. If you looked at it on a map, you'd be able to see why it's there. It's just like a 5 or 6 track railroad crossing that's in the middle of everything. But that's not the only Amtrak train that follows the coastline, right?
Right.
There are a couple of other ones. What's the one that doesn't exist anymore? Or that
Garden Twister.
they got wiped out?
Garden
part of it.
Twister?
Part of it.
No,
No, the
I'm stupid.
Cascade.
Sunset. The Sunset.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone remember that? It's supposed to go all
Yeah.
the way to Florida, and it doesn't anymore. And
Uh-huh.
there are a couple of pieces here of people saying the passenger train service just isn't workable. It just can't be done. Well, you did it once already. For a while.
And Albec's still there.
Yeah, and CSX is saying, nope, can't do it. And the reason they say can't do it is because they can't meet federal on-time standards.
Oof.
Oh, suck it up.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, for goodness
freaking
sake.
who?
You can't meet on-time standards. Well, stop sucking and start driving.
Yeah.
Stop being overtaken by the class 1s and start overtaking them!
Soviet,
But
in
part of
Soviet
it,
Russia.
part of it, and this is a little bit more valid. Once again, when you have a railroad line running along the coast that has a lot of inlets and a lot of drawbridges, you then reach this problem of the fight for drawbridge open, drawbridge closed, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed. What are you going to do? And also, there's no proposal to install PTC on this section of line, which it's a part of CSX's network. It needs to have it installed at some point, but they're seeking a waiver for it because they don't want to do it. which I feel like in a line with 18 drawbridges, or 17 drawbridges, sorry.
You'd want
You
PTC
kind
to
of
make
want
sure there's
PTC, yeah.
right,
So that you don't wash your engines like, SP.
or you do another Sunset Limited wreck.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that
I was just gonna say
yeah,
Sunset
that was
Limited.
bad in the first place.
Mhm.
And then, and meanwhile, the FRA released a final report on restoring the service, and, quote, "We are encouraged that FRA has found that rail service can begin quickly and at a reasonable cost.
What is said reasonable cost?
Annual operating costs would be between Orlando and New Orleans, so that's even farther, would be 5.48 million, which in the grand scheme of railroad operations, not all that much. That's only a couple times more than CSX is spending on their office rebuild. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, speaking of on-time performance standards,
Uh-oh.
the appeals court rejected on-time performance standards by the TSB, or STB, sorry.
The STB?
Stub.
What's this?
The Surface Transportation
Oh,
Board.
oh, okay.
STB.
Stub.
So what do they want? They wanted, trains to be on time, and they said no?
Yes, the Surface Board wanted to make sure Amtrak had an 80% standard time, 80% on-time performance time.
Who was challenging that?
And CSX, Union Pacific, and Canadian National.
You know
Of
what?
course.
Wow,
F you guys.
Charles. Yeah.
Can't they override it or something?
Also, can't they, just have the trains be on time?
It's their railroad, they can
Yeah.
do what they want.
But
Stop doing the
trains
suck.
are there for 5 minutes once they're done passing by.
Congress's
Where's the
statutory right of passenger train quote-unquote priority over freight trains remains, but the ruling means that Amtrak has no way to challenge a host railroad's systematic denial of that right. Oh, great.
Ooh.
It's exactly where we were before. To reference something from the last article I read, the last year of Sunset Limited service along that route, you want to know what the on-time performance was? And
What?
20%.
anyone want to hazard a guess?
8%.
2.
Only.
7.
I was close.
I was close.
Kevon was closest. Well, actually,
Oh wait.
Jader wins by
Kevon
Price
won.
is Right rules.
Yes.
Yeah.
But- 7% of the time.
Well, it blames CSX, of course.
Well, yeah, also the friggin' drawbridges. But seriously? It's just
Oh,
uh
also in the article it says that BNSF, which hosts the Southwest Chief, arrived more than 2 hours late on 20 of the past 22 days.
good job, guys. How? The Southwest Chief runs through a mountain pass that literally nobody else uses. Literally. It's empty otherwise.
I blame Chicago,
Oh my god.
and I guess LA. Also.
In LA. I mean, the LA traffic, there's no respite from the LA traffic. Unless you're in a
I mean-
trench.
Wait, we're
Unfortunate.
not quite there. There's still Amtrak news.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
well, it's
trench.
a good segue. Fine,
That's
you
a
know what?
segue.
Fine. You know what? Amtrak's freaking broke. Did everybody know that
Okay.
Amtrak's broke?
You know what?
No, I
What?
didn't.
Amtrak is building their Tacoma bypass
But
In,
Amtrak needs
in
money.
Washington.
Yeah, well, you know how they're gonna get money? By setting you up with a vacation.
Hmm? Go
Amtrak
on.
Amtrak vacations are now available. You want to set up your hotel and all other kind of destinations by Amtrak. Go right on ahead.
Actually, that sounds awesome.
National parks, anything you can think of that's connected by Amtrak.
Also,
I'm
if you're a
involved,
student,
Oregon.
you get student discount.
And if you're a AAA member, you get AAA member discount. I found that out.
Really?
Yes.
All the discounts.
You get a 10%
Ooh.
discount if you're a AAA member. I need to take advantage
Can
of that.
you stack?
I
discounts?
don't think you can stack discounts.
Wait, hang on,
Oh,
hang
I
on.
could have used that. I had a Texas Eagle buy one get one free. God dang it. Working
No,
for-
Wait, how much is the student discount?
I think it's also
I think
10%. It's either
20%.
10 or 5. Seriously?
Oh,
20%? I think it's a lot. I think it's much. Also, I remember it
So-
being a pain to set up. It's not like you just show your school ID when you. Well, I mean, You probably could if you buy it in
15%.
person, but if you do it online... Okay, it's 15. Okay.
So it's either
Yeah, it's 15.
Also,
15 cents.
supposedly, there's an article you can get 50% off.
You can get a lot of like I get like the Amtrak. I get a lot of Amtrak emails with deals, and like if you're astute and you're ready to like jump on a deal, you can get pretty good prices on some of these trains.
Oh, okay.
And if you need a new destination, Amtrak is about to begin full-time servicing Roanoke on Halloween. So
spooky.
it's coming back. They're getting, and this is something that they freaking jumped on. I remember talking about them like running the test train a little while ago, and before that, like, oh, we think we should bring it back to Roanoke. Like, wow. And that's a 38-year hiatus. Last time a passenger train ran to Roanoke was 1979.
You know what they should do for the first passenger train to pull into Roanoke?
What?
611.
Yeah.
611.
Yes, please.
Well, Amtrak certify, right?
Yeah, I think she is.
Did they pass the test for that? I
don't remember.
She did.
What train runs through Roanoke?
I think it's an extension of the Northeast Corridor.
Okay.
Anyways.
Speaking of Northeast Corridor,
Oh, even more of this. Let's go.
it looks like Elon Musk has a verbal okay to
yes.
build a hyperloop between New York and DC.
He's going to compete
boy.
with the Northeast Corridor. Put it somewhere else.
And-
Put it in Texas.
We already have high speed coming soon. Maybe.
Yeah,
No,
but
you don't.
yeah, but it's like big and straight and flat instead of whatever the hell he's doing.
I know, but you can get to New York to DC in 29 minutes.
Don't get me wrong. I love Elon Musk, but this is the only part of Amtrak that makes money.
Yeah.
Please
Kill
don't
Amtrak,
take this away
you
from us.
Tesla man.
Please.
Don't kill Amtrak.
Amtrak's dead enough as it is. Don't
Stop,
Amtrak's
stop,
on
he's
life,
already dead.
Amtrak's on life support.
Yeah. Stop, he's already dead.
And even when it's not Amtrak, stuff gets in the frickin' way.
Yeah.
NIMBYs everywhere. So over here, the Massachusetts Bay Transportation Authority, my commuter rail, is trying to set up train Wi-Fi. And they currently have like a Wi-Fi test program in some of the coaches. The Wi-Fi is actually crap, but it's better than no Wi-Fi. And what they have to do is they have to set up these railroad, or they have to set up these basically cell towers, Wi-Fi towers, along the railroad right of way. They have to construct like 300 and something of them, 75-foot tall towers. And I will admit that's obnoxious, but they're basically getting NIMBYs. They're getting hit by NIMBYs and people saying, well, you can't, don't build those towers here. They'll be ugly and big and whatever. And I don't know what to think. I don't use the Wi-Fi all that much, but it's just disappointing because I was looking forward to the Wi-Fi being better. No matter where you are, you find NIMBYs, even in the middle of the woods.
But wait, Amtrak has Wi-Fi on all their coaches. How do they do it and they don't have to set these up?
They do it differently.
Well, just copy what Amtrak did.
I think I don't know. I don't know how the Amtrak Connect works differently from these things. But this is something because they want it to be a very localized system. Admittedly, the Amtrak Connect Wi-Fi is not all that great either.
I believe Amtrak Connect uses cell phones.
Yeah, it uses a cellular thing. And it will go in and out. I had that while I was on the Downeaster. But the Downeaster. Anyways. What else have we got going on? I said the thing about NIMBYs in the woods. I expected Milky to pick up on it, but I have awesome news.
Tillamook Rail
Nope,
Trail.
too late. We're going with the T1 cab.
I'm stealing this.
The T1
Oh, yeah,
has a cab now.
T1 cab.
T-1.
Also,
Yep.
no, not the T1. That one does have a cab, but they're at Steamtown and stuff. But I drove by where the cab was stored, and during the Pennsylvania Special, and we were so tempted to go and like go over to Curry Rail Services and be like, "Hey, can we see it?" because we found out like on the day we were driving by on the way to get to Horseshoe Curve. But
I think I was the one who posted it in the Iron Horseman chat, too.
You were, and it was like, oh my god, awesome. And
Ellis is just like,
well, I was like, oh, that's awesome. Wait, where is it? And then
Wait.
we're driving by and we see the giant building that says Curry Rail Services, and I go, you guys want to stop and like visit the T1 cab, please?
Steal the T1 cab.
Yeah, feel the T1 cab. Yeah, I am. I'm souped. I saw this thing. Uh-oh, somebody's dead. Uh-oh, Jader's falling asleep. Uh-oh, I think Skype just broke. Hello? Is anybody there? Yep. Okay, well, anyways. T1 got a cab. And that makes me excited. And I cannot wait to see more parts of it. I was wondering what they were doing. I'd kind of forgotten. And now I remember. Now it's time to call everyone back. Alright, 1, 2. 2 people are here.
Alright.
3 people.
Hey.
Where's Jader?
Hello.
Jader was the first one to go. For me, at least. Anyways, yeah, that's the T1 cap. You can talk about your NIMBYs in the woods if you want, Milky.
Alright. Anyways, the Pog said to... it's pretty much a news story about the Salmonberry Trail.
Which is, for
And,
the record, the Tillamook branch.
Yeah. Tillamook Branch, former SP. Great railroad.
Well, it was.
And there's still a good... There's still a good few miles... Or there's a few dozen miles of it that can still be usable
And the rest
as
of
a
it's in a
tourist
river.
railroad. Yeah. Up until you hit around 10 miles where it gets really bad. Other than that, it'd be a nice tourist railroad. Even if you just went from Banks going west to the washout.
How long is this stretch between, like, Portland and anywhere significant? Because we see a lot of rail trail ideas that come through the show here. This one just seems like excessive. Because
It
it's
is.
huge in the middle of nowhere.
I guess Timber is where they want to have it go to.
Okay, how far
which
is
is
that?
how far?
That's around... I'm just gonna measure it out here with Google Maps because I'm not quite sure. Banks to Timber, Oregon.
This one.
But anyways, I think it's around 30 or 40 miles.
Jeez.
Long-ass trail.
That's
Nothing.
huge. That's the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing. There's nothing in between them. You know, it's just woods.
Do you want
Yeah,
to know
that's
how,
all it is. It'd be beautiful if the tourist railroad or something like that, but
Yeah. The largest trail.
something that you could take a train through.
I mean, something you can
Yes,
take
train
anything
can-
through, but it's like, why would you go that far? Like, I
don't
understand
know.
the utility of putting in a rail trail in the middle of a congested city, you know, in area that you can free up, or, you know, into the suburbs or whatever, which there are 2 of those that I can talk about in a second, but this is through nowhere.
Yeah, this is about as middle of nowhere as it gets.
It's like you're not going to take a bike through there for, you know, like on the daily.
Alright.
There's
Actually,
a
it's
trail.
around 20 miles, but it's pretty windy going up those 20 miles.
Still, it's far. It's not, you know, you're not
Plus-
going to use it for commuting purposes.
No, you weren't.
Do you want to know how big the largest rail trail is?
Oh no.
What?
240 miles.
Jesus,
Holy
where?
where is this?
Yeah,
it's
where is
Nebraska.
Missouri.
Missouri?
Oh.
Okay. No, it's Nebraska.
Missouri.
I thought the Milwaukee Road would beat that.
No. That's a different article.
Oh, well,
That one's in the middle of nowhere. The one in Nebraska is in the middle of nowhere and is 220 miles.
Well, the Milwaukee Road one's down in the middle of nowhere too, but it's pretty expansive too.
Jeez.
But anyways,
just empty.
stop building big on trails.
So wait, is this line abandoned or not abandoned?
A while back, they filed for FRA abandonment, but I haven't quite heard anything yet.
Yeah, Oregon Coast Scenic Railroad still owns it.
Yeah. They just don't use
They
it.
don't own the whole railroad.
Well, not the whole thing, but the full line's not abandoned. So
Well, and they did get money
And
to
there's
fix it
gonna
at one
be-
point, and they spent it on an airport.
Yeah, they had a good chunk of the money to repair it too. Actually,
They don't want it.
it's just that. Yeah, they don't want it.
They
but-
don't want it.
You don't want to railroad.
There's only one good thing that could come out of this, and that's all the salvage that you're going to get out of all those rails.
Except steel is dirt cheap. You're not going to get any.
it is.
Yeah.
Now, here's...
But if you're building a tourist road somewhere else,
Yeah, no, well, no. Here's a real good idea.
well,
it's-
good.
It's like the first thing to come out of the New York Daily News that is okay.
Oh.
So, do you guys know about the High Line? Have you heard of that in New York City?
think
Yes.
Yes.
It's like an For those of you who don't know, it's like an elevated railway that's been converted into a
Oh yeah.
elevated park. And it's really cool. But there's a stretch in Queens, another borough of New York City, that they want to turn into a thing called Queensway, which is about the same thing. Except it's a really bad idea. So, the Rockaway Beach branch of the Long Island Railroad has been inactive since 1962. But the right-of-way and track with an asterisk, like a really big asterisk, is still there. And there's the potential for it to be reused as part of the New York City transit system. And that area of Queens is in what you might call a transit drought. There's not that much in the area, and if they can go ahead and snag this for use as part of the transit system, it's going to save a lot of headache in the future. Also, Queens has loads of parks. That area has a lot of green space. They don't need this. They just want to have something like the High Line. You know.
So basically, you're saying they're just jealous.
Oh, yeah, probably. These are New Yorkers we're talking about.
Yeah, sure.
But it's yeah, no, it's a stretch. It actually does connect two parks, which is kind of funny. Which is probably another reason why they want to do it. But they really need they need to do it. They need to turn this back into a transit thing. They need to become part of the transit system because they're reaching a point where they're at capacity and they need more. As well as the fact that they are about to hit points where, you know, Hurricane Sandy did a number on stuff and they need to start fixing things. And we talked about this with Penn Station a lot. Penn Station's down to the dumps, as we know. But you know who isn't down in the dumps?
Who?
Trainee McTrainface.
Oh, no.
God.
Meet Bodie McBoatface's Swedish cousin.
Oh boy.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Why?
They're
Yeah.
still
Wow.
trying. They're still trying. So it's just a video by the BBC. I haven't watched the whole thing, but why not? Trainee McTrainface. Maybe this time the name will actually stick. And they
The
won't,
picture
like,
for it.
Think of a Thomas episode. They added that locomotive in.
Trainee
Just-
McTrainface. What's your
Trainee
name?
McTrainface.
Come on, don't give him any ideas.
Oh God. I don't know. Maybe do give them ideas. I think they need them.
No, it's saying that they will stick with the name.
Good. Please
Hello,
let them
training
do
the
that.
train face.
Trainee McTrainface.
Oh no! No!
Oh, Oh, I need to do that at the club
Trainee
with the
McTrain
kid
face.
that's always obsessed with Thomas.
Oh no.
Yeah, he's
Tell him
like
they're adding
in
anyone.
full Thomas character anytime I see him there.
Hmm.
And if he comes up to my engine and it's like, hello,
What's a
engine, what's your
mile? Oh,
name?
nobody go get that. Yeah.
What's your name? Trainee McTrain Face.
We had a. Oh, I wish I could have fit that in. Last day of the Pennsylvania trip, we did a laser tag, and we got to choose our names as they'd show up in the scoreboard. Weibold's was Marshmallow because of a comedy bit that I have to share with you guys.
Oh.
Okay.
TJ's, I think it was TJ's. Yeah, TJ's was Tricky Dick.
Tricky Dicky.
Yeah, those are the two
Yeah,
best
stop.
ones. I don't remember. Madison had a funny one, but I don't remember what it was.
What was yours?
Mine was just the Admiral because it fit perfectly in the letters
Oh.
we were allotted. I should have
You
been,
should've been-
like Train Face.
Stalin.
Solid. My phone went off at work today, and I think I got a laugh out of the woman in the next cubicle.
I would just burst out.
Now,
laughing.
now you're on the list,
When
Ellis.
the Russian choir kicked in.
No, it's just all quiet. Everybody's, typing away on their computers, and then you just hear.
Da-da. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. Anyways,
I would just burst out laughing.
oh yeah,
You know what else is great?
lots of things. What's your thing? Oh no.
Solar freaking railways.
So in the middle of
Freaking
India's
railways.
civil unrest, they decide to launch a solar-powered train.
I mean, sure, why not?
Freaking railways.
Okay, I'm reading about these. They're interesting. They're not like straight-up solar trains. They use the solar energy to run the air conditioning.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
See, I thought they would use it to, it would make sense to use it to run the overhead wires. Not the
well,
air
I mean,
conditioning.
that's something else. These are panels on the train.
Oh, okay.
There are literally panels on the train that are running the stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's kind of
Got it.
silly. They had to use special solar panels that could fit on the roof and be on an 80-mile-an-hour train. Jesus.
Fast.
It's time to fast.
Time to solar
But
fast.
you know what's the result of time to fast?
Lots
What?
of time.
Derailments.
Yes.
Like the one near Stella Krum, Washington.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Because-
this one.
One of the engineers, we talked about this derailment a while back, but now we have the cause.
It's the last episode.
The engineer was going a wee bit too fast
Define a wee bit.
around the curve.
Like,
I don't think there's anything in particular saying the speed. But I think, he had to slow down, or see, whatever.
You have to slow down to 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, had to slow down to 40 miles per hour while approaching the drawbridge.
Well, that
Did
could have
not
been
do
a lot
that.
worse.
Yeah, that could have
Yeah,
been
but-
that could have been Sunset Limited Part 2.
Splish splash,
But
I
the-
was taking a bath.
But the excessive speed activated special derail switch.
Oh, okay.
So, something that could prevent Sunset Limit Part 2.
Yeah. So basically,
Indeed.
the system worked perfectly.
Yeah,
God damn it.
the operator just triggered it.
Well, yeah. It's supposed to catch runaway trains, you idiot, not idiots.
Only minor injuries were
Yeah.
what we had in the derailment. So,
Well, this guy did
and
not
they had the bus a few people to hospitals, but that was about it. No one died.
Well, that's good. This guy, I think, somehow didn't die as well. So you ever have a really bad day?
Yeah.
Mhm.
You ever get hit
Mhm.
by 2 trains
Oh,
in a
Hey, what?
row?
hey,
Ooh.
how do you not die?
I don't know.
luck.
Keep Portland
This
weird.
guy is Jesus.
Maybe he is.
Man struck by freight train, then Amtrak
Oh
train.
boy.
He was
Oh.
crossing the tracks near Southeast 9th Avenue and Division Street when he was hit by a freight train
Oh,
going
boy.
east and an Amtrak train going west.
Yep.
And then was taken to the hospital. This was back on June 20th. We don't have an update. I don't know if he survived.
He should get a lottery ticket.
Yeah,
then.
holy crap,
Yeah.
yeah. He needs to go straight from the hospital to Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
It was just one of those, it's like, wow, I shouldn't be laughing at this. I'm going to talk about it on the podcast. And then there's another thing that I go, wow, I should talk about this on the podcast, which is in a town called Brandon, South Dakota, on the Ellison Eastern Railroad.
Oh,
Ellis,
it's yours.
it's your railroad.
It's my
Ellis,
railroad! Oh my
Ellis, I
god.
didn't know you had a railroad.
I-
When did this happen?
I mean, you have a little town in Kansas.
I do have a
With a sad little road, you see.
town in Kansas. So, but anyways, the officials of the Ellison Eastern want to rebuild the railroad's tracks through the community. The line hasn't been operational since '94, but they want to connect the former Minnesota Southern Railroad that it started operating earlier this month to the rest of their system. So, it's owned by Sweetman Construction Company, which transports aggregate and for Concrete Material Company. It's literally called Concrete Material Company.
Wow.
So
That's,
Original.
they want to use the route to interchange with the Union Pacific at Worthington, Minnesota. But
Minnesota.
So-
I met a guy with a super Minnesota accent. I loved it.
this guy says, so Jarrod Johnson purchased a home next to the tracks a year ago, assuming, and he was told by his realtor, that they would be turned into a bike path. And another resident said, yeah, we were told that we'd be getting a bike path. And so, quote, when we purchased the lot and built the home there, that's exactly what we were told, just as he was, that Brandon was putting a bike trail through here, that the rail line would be torn out. I think it's, and, quote, I just think it's really sad that we've been lied to for 10 years. It's like,
Oh, wow.
I mean, I get it. It's like, oh, we're posting up next to an abandoned railroad line that's going to be turned into a bike path. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, that isn't
But
happening?
it's not the opposite
Yeah.
of the Tillamook.
Wait.
Wait, that isn't happening? And then, one alderwoman complained about car storage, but, Alderman Blaine Jones acknowledged that the railroad existed before the city. Basically, yeah, what are we going to do about it? They were here first.
That
Just-
that happened. That's happening in the DFW area right now. We have Texrail that's being built from Grapevine to Fort Worth,
Mhm.
and there's people just like, "Oh, I thought this was gonna get tore up," and it's always been in the news that DART's gonna use this line to make a commuter line in the future, and now they're just like, "What? I didn't know about this. I didn't want to buy this house."
Oh,
I like
wanna
how-
help
I like
do
how
a
the-
railroad track. What do you expect?
I like how, well, no, I mean, when you're told that, you expect one thing. The friggin' realtor was like, yeah, you're getting a bike path. You're getting a bike path. Don't worry about it. You're getting a bike path. And they're like, they better friggin' call up that realtor and be like, hey, buddy.
It's too
This
late.
is not a bike path. There's
That
a
realtor
train on it.
walked off with the money.
Yeah. He's out of town. He fled to Mexico. Like,
Yeah, he's gone.
Gone.
He's
Yeah.
helping build the wall.
from the other
That's-
side. No, he's out with Ferromex. Speaking of Ferromex, Ferromex has finished their purchase, I believe. Oh, where's my thing with that? Did somebody take that?
No.
I did not.
Okay, there's another thing that Ferromex did. Ferromex is trying to digitize locomotive service operations, which I have no idea what that means. But it sounds
That doesn't
cool and
make sense.
futuristic. So,
I think I know what it means.
What
so
does it mean?
okay, so what they're-
Basically,
okay, go ahead, Gavon.
okay.
I'll tell you if
No,
you're
you go
right.
ahead.
No, do it.
Okay, basically, they. No, I'm gonna feel bad if I get it wrong. So basically, it's GE, right?
Yeah.
GE is basically going to from their headquarters, be able to look at all the locomotives, see if they need maintenance, stuff like that, to make sure they're running at tip-top shape for the most part.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And they'll be able to see if a locomotive needs a part and be able to dispatch that part before the locomotive gets into the shop. You know, so it'll be
No,
ready.
I'm just imagining that system comes online, and the first day it comes online, they're gonna get alerts out the wazoo.
Yeah. It's like, everything's broken. Everything's broken. It's like,
Exactly.
oh no.
GE's trash.
Oh no. Anyways. Okay, now I have to do another follow-up. So, we talked about the follow-up on the Amtrak crash. This is one on the CSX. When the CSX guys got hit by the Amtrak train. So, here's the issue. So, the conductors apparently mistakenly stepped without proper protections from the two CSX-owned tracks closest to a metro rail yard into the path of trains on one of the two parallel Amtrak-owned tracks. So, they accidentally stepped from their tracks to adjacent Amtrak tracks and were hit. Now, the big issue here is that Amtrak and CSX in this case have completely separate radio systems and no way to actually directly talk to one another. The tracks are right
That's
next
bad.
to one another. And there's no cross-communication. So, frankly, that's ridiculous. I don't know how you get this far and not have that happen, but apparently that's not uncommon. Harris. Who's Harris? Someone says. Every operating train
Harrison?
crew is required to be qualified on the physical territory and geography of the area that they operate in. Not Harrison. Herbert Harris, D.C. State Representative for the Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainmen. There we go.
Okay.
So, there wouldn't have been any interaction or communication between the crews unless they'd notified each other previously or somebody had a problem. So, I think we need to, like, standardize radio frequencies or something, because that's not something that should have happened.
No.
And additionally, the fact that they stepped onto other tracks, either without realizing, obviously we can't ask them, but without realizing that they were Amtrak tracks or something like that, like, this is, I mean, it's part, obviously, error of the people that had this happen to them, but it's error of just the way things go in general. You know, there should be this kind of communication. I wish there was better train monitoring in general, just over the whole. And that's something that PTC should help with, but people don't want to do that.
The whole problem with PTC, the people that are installing it, there's many different systems, so you're basically having the same problem, which is, why don't you standardize it? I don't understand.
There's an XKCD about this. It's, problem. There are 12 competing standards. Okay, we're going to make a new standard that's going to encompass everyone's need. We can get rid of the other 12, and we'll just boil down to this one, and everyone will have the same one. Cut to the future. There are now 13 competing standards. It doesn't get better unless you force everybody to shut up and sit down and use the same thing. Which doesn't go over well with most people.
Which I don't understand. As much as the railroads are using each other's equipment, why don't you all just standardize PTC?
Yeah.
Or anything else.
And here we go, by the way. So now we have the coaster. The things in the San Diego area are rolling out positive train control during normal business hours now. So they're doing an actual revenue test. This is the stress test for their PTC system. So we'll see how this goes. And I hope it goes well, because people need to get on this. We need to, as far as safety goes, rail travel is not particularly unsafe, but God forbid we make safer travel for nothing.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyways, what else fun? I only have a couple of little things left, and we have a couple minutes left, so let's roll into the lightning round, so to speak.
Museum
CSX
of the
doesn't want to. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Okay. Well, the Museum of the American Railroad is finally moving in their G-scale layout, and they're looking for funds to work on it. They're gonna have it's gigantic G-scale. It's Texas, Mexico, stuff like that. So that should
Texaco.
be nice.
Is there a giant wall?
Yeah, have they built the wall yet?
Not yet.
Are they modeling it?
With a little model Trump standing next to it?
You know what they could
with
build
little
that
hands.
wall with? Some
I don't know.
beavers.
They could build it with beavers, or they could have beavers build it.
They could have the beavers pay for it.
The beavers,
Because-
we're gonna build a dam and make the beavers pay for it.
Yes. But speak of beavers, they're making a reappearance on Canadian Pacific Locomotives.
And now that Hunter No Fun is out,
Yeah.
Time for all the fun.
Canadians love beaver.
Yep. And
Don't
there's
fear the
a
beaver.
new transload facility planned for the Willamette Valley area in Oregon.
Woo.
You know what's been
Bart?
found?
What was found?
The Lost Railway Museum.
I don't think that's how this works. What is the Lost
I
Railway?
was
What are
lost,
they
now I'm
about?
found.
Like, I just saw
They
that
are Michigan's Interurban Railway Museum.
Oh, Milky, look.
Milky, this is your territory.
Yeah, I've seen a few names from them.
I glanced at this, and it says the Lost Railway Museum Board of Directors and Committee possess the skills and experience, blah, blah, blah. I glanced at it, I thought it said the Lost Railway Museum is pointless.
Oh, wow.
But it's a little museum, but it looks very, very well done, and the webpage is really nice.
It is, it is.
Yeah. You know, for a railroad museum, it has an excessively nice webpage. Generally, you don't get
Oh, yeah.
that.
I've been seeing it more and more recently.
I mean, I've just been up with the 2-footers, so.
True.
5
That's a shame.
volunteers. They were selling cassettes and VHS tapes in their gift shop.
Oh god. It's like Goodwill.
Oh my god. I did get a Rangeley pin while I was there. I got a number 15 pin. Anyways, anything else particularly pressing?
Caltrain's
In our
Cal-
news, dump trucks hate the P&W even more. Because one hit a trestle on the United Railways district and bent the track.
Well,
Ooh.
if they're coming for
That's
you,
bad.
they're coming for us next. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not just like hit the bridge. That's like
Bent the
Hit-
bridge.
yeah, that's like
hit the
barrel
bridge and
roll.
almost take it. It's like hit the bridge and almost take it with you.
yeah.
I thought this was 11'8" when I first saw it.
Yeah, I thought if this was the 11'8" getting murdered by the trucks like this, I would be impressed because that bridge has withstood the test of like every idiot with a rental truck in the state of wherever it is.
The can opener.
North Carolina, I think is where it was.
Not sure.
Oh, they had the bed up.
Anyways,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
he had the bed up. That was his mistake.
Oh my god.
Idiot.
Well, good news. Caltrain has broke ground on the electrification project.
Ooh,
my God.
We've reported on this like 3 or 4 times. We've gone back and forth and back and forth and back
But
and
now
forth.
they've actually
And
broke ground.
now
on
we
it.
go.
Also, they're having votes on the interior of the locomotive.
Oh, now
It's
we're doing
either-
interior?
Yes, it's either blue with blue seating or black with red stripes.
I'm a vote on this.
You know who else is doing new stuff? BART. Bay
Bart.
Area Rapid Transit.
Bart.
They're now testing.
Eat my
things-
shorts.
Yeah. Eat my shorts.
Amtrak's doing tighter seating.
Nah, they shouldn't do that. That's like more of a thing we should chit-chat on. Well,
Uh,
it's like a proposal. We don't know if that's going to happen, but I hope it doesn't.
proposal. But anyways, Santa Fe 2921 got moved, or is being moved.
It's big.
Not
Yeah.
to be restored, but just to a different
Just to
location.
get out of the way.
And what else do I have? Oh yeah, 2926, the sister to it, passed her hydro test.
Whoop.
Woo!
So
Yeah,
now
it's gonna
they're
be
in that-
running pretty soon here.
Yeah, now they're in
yeah.
that wonderful stage of steam locomotive restoration where you put it all back together again and have it running.
Yeah.
So does 2926 have an extendo stack?
Yes.
It does?
As far as I know.
Oh, God.
Like it already.
Alright, anyways.
Got the Viagra
Speaking of
stack.
things that are
And-
speaking of things that are running now, Steamtown has announced its 2017 fall and summer excursions. Beginning
Oh boy!
July 22nd, so as of this coming out. You missed the beginning of it, but there are more in August. And there are more in September and October. And these are all diesel powered, unfortunately, because 26 isn't going to go that far. Except for one to Carbondale, which is on Columbus Day weekend. And
Nice.
that's going to be something to see. That would be awesome. I would love to attend that, but I'm going to be at a work weekend on the WWNF
Alright.
with TJ.
Speaking of Columbus, there's more trains coming to Columbus.
Columbus!
Ooh.
Isn't it like Columbus, Indiana?
Yeah, I don't know which Columbus it is.
Yeah, I know that's.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. I mean, it didn't look like a local news station to me,
Columbus,
so...
Oregon.
Columbus, Rhode Island.
Well,
CS.
We don't
Well,
actually have one.
let's see.
Jama, New Mexico.
From
Wait.
Okay, where is
length and speed of freight trains on rail line from Seymour to Indianapolis.
okay.
Oh, okay, I met a guy that lives out there.
Okay. Cool.
Cool,
I
so there
like
you
how
go.
there were. This is another one where they said, "Oh, it shouldn't happen before the third quarter of 2018, after we finish rebuilding this bridge." Then CSX is like, "Nope, happening now."
Oh wait, we're not
Do it
ready.
now.
Happening now.
Hunter Harrison is like, "Send the trains now." And you're like, "Wait."
Wait a minute.
Speaking
wait,
of
wait.
Hunter Harrison,
What is he doing now, other than dying
Hitler
slowly?
Harrison.
well, he thinks that coal is dying slowly.
Idiot.
So
Well,
CSX
I don't know about the idiot.
yeah.
CSX is going to start moving its operations away from coal because it's becoming less and less of a.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're not the only ones doing
It
it.
makes business sense.
In fact, pretty much
Everyone's doing it.
everyone is doing that. We watched UP do it, and
The
addition.
Utah Railway's doing it.
Well, they're not doing it because they want to.
Uh,
Even NS is doing it. They're cutting their Knoxville operation down. You know,
right.
moving
Right.
away from that
I
area.
take back my idiot.
You know,
Right.
it's just something that's happening. Shut the hell up, autoplay video.
The thing is, Robert Murphy, which owns Murphy Energy, has filed a complaint to the STB for Hunter Harrison saying this. It's basically saying that coal is going away soon.
Well, in
It's
some ways, he isn't wrong.
it's definitely going. It's definitely
Not
going.
if Trump has
somewhere.
anything to say about it.
I don't think. I don't think there are too many people that could do anything to change it. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's not. It's not a political thing. It's an economic thing for the majority of it. You know, where this is a discussion topic, or it should be, but the major companies are moving away from it. Most power plants don't need it anymore, and we don't have a lot of steel mills or other things that need it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of places that take coal are changing over or have changed over to natural gas.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, with other energy forms, you know, renewable energy on the up and up as it makes more and more economic sense to do that, that's just what's going to happen. You know, that we'll always need coal for something, but not in the quantity we need it, you know, now, and certainly not in the quantities we needed it in the past.
Yeah.
It's,
You know you know what that means? More coal for steam engines.
yeah, give me
Yeah.
steam.
But then
Back
that means
with the oil.
more expensive coal for Steve.
Well, I mean, if it's abundant but demand is low, then the prices are
Things
low.
going to be cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If any old schmuck can start a coal mine. But, anyways.
Iron Horseman Coal Company.
So I have good news
That's
about
good.
KCS.
Oh.
Oh.
They are operating income set a new quarterly record.
Yeah, well.
Nice.
Their revenue is up 15% this quarter.
Ooh.
Operating income is up 9% this quarter, and the operating ratio rose to 63.5%, up from 61.3% over the year.
They may have just crashed
Yay.
2 trains, but I'm still not convinced they exist, and I'm really wondering where the money's coming from.
Ciudad de Mexico.
Yeah.
all aboard
See.
all aboard the Mexican train.
All right. Anything real pressing?
Well, all those Mexican trains steam powered like they are at the cats.
Oh boy.
And can you learn how to tribe them? Because
Well, I guess I could
well,
ask. I guess I could ask you this: wanna buy a diesel?
but want to drive a steam train?
Well,
You can learn
but-
how to on
but-
the Cumbres and Toltecs in the Railroad
well, okay.
with the engineer and fireman school. Woo!
But do you
Go
want to?
Cats.
But do you want to buy a GP38?
Nah, I buy a GP9 or SD9.
Well, either way, NS is having an auction for their GP38s.
Ah, fair enough.
GB38s.
Or some American
As well
tracks
as
that-
well as two MP15s, an RP20 CD, a P38-2,
I know some of
a
these
bunch of-
words.
and then a bunch of GP38-2s.
GB38-2.
Nice.
Yeah, I know like what
That's
some
the
of
power
those
to start a short line off of.
are. I don't know what disease is. Anyways. Any
yeah.
really, really pressing things, like things you have to share? Oh, we should talk more about, there's a new FRA chief, but I'll leave that. We'll talk about it next time.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, well,
Uh-huh.
anyways,
Oh, crap.
it's a time to move on. We don't have any maintenance away. We're back. My videos will be returning now after this one comes out, and then that's that. So, is everyone ready for the end of the line?
Yes.
Yep.
We've had a perfect podcast. Nobody got any points. It's
Okay, how do I
unbelievable.
earn a point in like 30 seconds?
Yeah, no, nobody do that.
That's
So,
how.
I'll be going.
That's
I'll
the
be
most
going
effective
first.
thing.
I'll be going first, and my link is to a video that Jimmy Flegel took of yours truly, or actually Ivan, reading rules at Strasbourg Railroad. It is very informative for people that are riding the train, because if you do not follow rules, you go to Gulag. And do not go back. So, Kevon, you're next.
I will be linking a video of Q2's double heading. Because
Of course you will.
Q2s are the best.
You don't need more.
Okay, can you link it?
Yes, I'm gonna link it now.
I'm also grabbing links.
I already have mine.
Jader, I don't want to know what yours is.
No, it's hilarious.
So I've written everything in. Kevon, where's your thing?
It's coming. I'm trying to find the link.
Alright, fine.
I just-
Eric.
I don't have anything, so here's the video 611.
Okay.
Alright.
Let me punch that in real quick. Alright, Milky?
Son Pacific SD90 Master Race.
Kevon, why does your thing have a black background?
I have no idea.
Alright, well, it's staying like that. Jader?
Somebody once told me. Seriously, look at it. This is a really good video.
Okay. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Maybe one of these days we'll get everyone in, but for once we had a perfect podcast.
A perfect podcast. Yeah,
Nobody,
Kevin.
nobody, like,
Oh,
did anything.
he called me Kevin.
Now, shut up. He did that once earlier. You missed your opportunity on that one. And nobody asked me if I wanted to build a snowman while I was being asked if I wanted to buy fill in
You
the
want to build a
blank.
snowman?
No. Anyways, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.